listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Push up on the ass. TheBoxingVoice.com. Tell the truth and show the devil that Devin is a bad motherfucker. Come get the real bro. Stop the franchise shit. Bill Haney. Say his name 3 times. Pop up like Haney, man. What we talking about there? We talking about one of the best fighters in boxing.
Experience everything that it took to get to this point. I want to show the world.
Who's the best young fighter in the game?
Me, by far.
For the 54th consecutive round, Devin Haney has outlanded his opponent in total connect.
He can hit the mitts, he can hit the bag all he wants, but it's different when you're in there with Devin Haney.
Both you in trouble.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
You done said a lot. You done did a lot. Tomorrow, you're in trouble.
Pussy! I'd fight you in your backyard if I had to, because I know that I'm gonna beat you. And you'll see June 5th.
Wow.
The universally recognized, undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, rough start, man. Remember, I'm coming back from Phoenix, so I had to reset up the equipment. So it seems there for about 2 intros, I might have forgot to hit a button to give you the proper audio, so you heard me just breathing and waiting in the background. But hey, we're here, and we're going to talk some boxing, man. We're going to talk about Loma's performance yesterday night, or rather Saturday night, with Jermaine Ortiz. And we're going to be discussing whether or not Devin Haney should go straight into the Lomachenko fight, or should he get a victory lap, as obviously he has, he's had a pretty tough schedule. You have to consider it has been Linares, Joseph Diaz, George Kambosos. So does he deserve a victory lap, or should he go straight into what Bob is saying? Bob is attempting to make this fight immediately. This is what he wants. Bob Arum is all over it, and hopefully we do get it. But does Devin deserve that victory lap, right? Like, should he be allowed to go and have a hometown fight in Oakland to kind of reset? Canelo Alvarez faced Callum Smith, took a reset with Yeardem, went back in there with Billy Joe. And that was on his trail to unifications, not actually undisputed. So it's interesting to see what you guys feel Devin should do. I know that the boxing fan in us is probably going to say go straight into that fight with Lomachenko, but would he be at his best going straight into it? Is things that we might have to ask each other, But we'll start that as the first poll. Does Haney deserve a hometown fight? And we'll see just where you guys are with that. So does Devin Haney deserve a hometown fight? And yes, he does. And then we'll put no, fight Loma next. And I don't really want to put other options, as I would prefer the Tank fight. I think that is the fight that we all want. It's just not a fight we can literally talk about, because Tank's situation is a very frustrating and probably confusing situation. We don't know what it is. We don't know, is he with him? Is he not with him? Which deleted tweet is true? What we do know is that he is one half of a big fight, a very big fight. And it would be an option for Devin if they could talk and negotiate. But Bill and Leonard don't seem to get along. Leonard still belittles, Devin to a point, calling him a good young fighter and good little fighter. And Bill's done a great job with him. So I don't know if they'll ever do that fight. But I am going to go ahead and ask the community this poll question. Does Devin Haney deserve a hometown fight? Yes, he does. Or no, fight Loma next. And we'll go ahead and put that poll into effect. I want to pull up the story from Bob Arum saying that he wants to do this Devin Haney Lomachenko fight immediately. So he's not trying to wait whatsoever. He believes this is a big fight. And I won't lie, there were a lot of cheering fans for Lomachenko in attendance, but the attendance, if I'm not mistaken, was only about 4,000 people. I would say 4,500, but give me a sec, and I'll also pull that up. At the moment, my co-host is not available, but he will be joining us in about a half an hour. So it looks like the attendance was 4,586 people in the main event for Lomachenko, Jermaine Ortiz. Shout out to the homie, And the scorecards were very criminal. It was unfair what was done to Jermaine. He didn't win the fight, in my opinion. I think he took his foot off the gas in the back half, and Loma likes to pick it up in the back half. So, if you're going to do less and he's going to do more, it's probably going to look like a whole lot more. So Jermaine let that one slip from him. I see a lot of people saying weird things. I'll just leave it at that. I don't believe any of those weird things. I don't think it was a robbery. Hopefully Jermaine can bounce back and they get him in there. Hopefully Bob Arum, signed him to a multi-fight deal, a co-promotion with Jimmy Birchfield, and maybe he'll be back in there with a Comey or something. But if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We're going to need that support from you guys. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It'll put this episode in the eyes of other people. If you're on Twitter Spaces and you're rocking out with us, do me a favor. Go ahead and retweet, quote tweet, share this episode so we can get some new callers that will not only be heard here on Twitter Spaces, but you'll be heard across the universe as we simulcast on YouTube. We're live on iHeart, TuneIn, Stitcher. We're all over the world. So anybody that wants to be a guest speaker on Twitter, please let me know. Request to speak. I'll bring you on. Our main topic of the day is Bob Arum. We will do everything to make Haney versus Lomachenko. Sidebar, does Haney deserve a hometown fight after his schedule? And since we're talking Loma Haney, we do have to play some audio from Linares, who was a common opponent with both Haney and Lomachenko. And strangely enough, he had something very telling to say before the fight, before yesterday's fight, or excuse me, Saturday night's fight. Linares had this to say, and you can tell in the audio, and once again, credit the beast that is you know, covering the sport, Fight Hype, you can't deny that they're all over the world bringing us content that, you know, us podcasters, YouTubers, we turn around and we use that good content to make or bring you guys something. So I just want to go ahead and give Ben Thompson and his whole team credit while I screen share this audio from Linares. Common opponent once again with Haney and Loma.
For sure.
You know,
but who do you have winning that? Loma or Devin?
Oh, you know, now I respect both. You know, I'm a very good friend of Lomachenko and also Haney too.
Yeah.
So, but I think, you know, is that fight happen? I think 60-40. For me, Haney.
Let's just stop there. Obviously, we want to pause. We don't want to run directly through Fight Hype's content, as we do appreciate that they have their team out there, you know, getting these amazing interviews and allowing us to talk about it. But I do want to say that's pretty shocking, 60-40. Like 60-40. He's not talking percentages in terms of split. He's talking who he thinks will win. He's 60% of the edge is going to Devin Haney. And this is a guy that's been in there with both. And this is the guy that you guys like to use to tease Devin because he got hurt. But you forget that this is the same guy that floored Lomachenko. So I'll just go back to the audio and we'll continue to assess it.
Have the best time right now. You know, he's quick, he's fast, he has power, and he moves so much, so well in the ring. You see the last fight with Camboso. He made an amazing fight. So, and of course, Lomachenko is Lomachenko, but you know, it's different way, different body, different hold, you know. So, but
that's another thing I want to talk about. For many years, I've picked Haney over Loma and, you know, said it'd be the size. I've also picked Tio over Loma and said it would be the size. I also was careless and am admitting that I said probably any 135-pounder, natural 135-pounder would probably beat Loma. I was wrong, as obviously Komei did not and Nakatani did not. And that's when I kind of changed my opinion back and said, okay, this guy probably can fight with the 35-pounders. A handful of them, not all of them. Haney's big. So big, when they met Saturday night, Loma called him a heavyweight. A heavyweight. So big, Saturday night, Devin was ringside eating pizza. Photographed eating pizza. So I don't know that Loma really wants this fight. He does want undisputed. They made us quite aware of that during the telecast on Saturday with all the shoulder programming, you know, bringing Loma up. And, yeah, we'll see. We will see. I still think, and I'm going to remain true to me, that Devin Haney deserves a victory lap. When Andy Ruiz beat AJ, I beat the drum for a victory lap. Tyson Fury's taking a victory lap. You don't hear me complaining about Chisora. It's called the victory lap. When Cambosos beat Tio, I was okay with him going to Australia and getting the victory lap. One of those that he talked about on this show, and so did, you know, Peter Khan and Lou DiBella. They said they could get him a top 10, not name any of the big guys and have him do a victory lap. These things deserve to still be in boxing, because how does a star get any bigger if you don't go back home and show them what you did? Bring those belts the way that Cambosos attempted. Yes, he attempted with a tough fighter, and it didn't go well. So that's not what I'm recommending, even though Devin Haney and his team have been given a 4-leaf clover. Let's be real. Lomachenko fucked up and said he would go to Oakland. If you're going to go straight into this fight, bring his ass to Oakland. Take his ass to the Oracle. I don't want to hear nothing. He ain't the one selling tickets. 4,500 is nothing. That is nothing. And going to New York City to lose out on taxes, what for? Now, I don't know what the taxes are in Oakland. You guys will have to tell me. I just lost my requested speaker on Twitter. So if you want to speak on Twitter, do that again. I'll bring you on. On Discord, we're live and rocking. So come on down if you want to rock out also on Discord. We're here and we're talking. Sorry, I just actually connected that on Discord. But hey, you only live once. But yeah, man, we're talking Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Bob Arum wanting that immediately next. But, sidebar, do we think he deserves a victory lap? And yes, I'll give you that victory lap. I'll take the heat. The Haney voice in full effect. Salute. I want, what's my man name from the UK? I wish I had a co-host this morning. What is his name from the UK? His name is Maxie Hughes. 135-pound IBO champion. Title of the fight, leave no doubt. Why, Ness? What do you mean doubt? He's undisputed. There's an IBO strap out there. We want it. There's an IBO strap in the 135. We want it. There can be no others. Now, obviously, we can do the same fight, same title with Tank and go take that WBA, consolidate. But we know how difficult it is to deal with Tank's team. We know how difficult it is to deal with Tank's team. You know, you don't deal with Tank's team. Tank team deals with you. So that's what it is. You know, but if you're going to give the man a victory lap, Maxie Hughes, that 135-pound title, snatch that. Leave no doubt, you got all the belts, the ring, the IBO, the IBF, the WBA, the WBO, the WBC. Then you put the crown on his head. In Oakland, at the Oracle, Andre Ward is there. Damian Lillard is there. Everybody's there. What do you guys think? Let's see what my poll is. You probably hate this idea as boxing fans. Don't like marination. You don't like build-up. And you definitely don't really like victory laps. I get it. Once again, if you're on Twitter Spaces rocking out with me, don't forget to retweet and tell the world we're here. But you can also request to speak. I don't want to talk alone. I want to know your opinion. Are you like Bob Arum and you want him to do everything to make this fight next? Or do you want our good friend Devin Haney to get his victory lap? Looks like we're going to connect with a speaker on Twitter Spaces. Big Trap, what up?
Hey, what's up, man?
How are you?
I'm good. Hey, I just want to say one thing real quick. Haney need to take that Loma fight, because Loma going to get clipped, man. It's going to happen in a matter of time, and if Haney want that name on his resume, he need to go and jump on him right now.
So no victory lap for you?
Hey, if he want that legacy fight, he need to go and take it, because it's only a matter of time for one of them boys that's 135 clip Loma.
Okay, I hear you, man.
Hey, that's all I got, though, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Don't forget, if you are on Twitter Spaces, you can request to speak. I do want to take as many callers as possible. I want as many opinions as possible. Let me know what you think. Should he do what Big Trap said and go straight into that Loma fight? Because guess what? We've seen some vulnerability. So is Big Trap right? Can someone pick him off before Devin Haney gets to him? We go on a Discord. Flo, what do you know? You could join us on Discord and or Twitter Spaces. What up, Flo?
Caller, my name's Agustin. I'm from Chicago. Been listening for a minute. Man, look, so a couple things. First, I thought that 117, 111 was ridiculous for Jermaine Ortiz. I thought, he did a great job in the first half of the fight. You already covered all that, but just wanted to make sure to say it. Like, props to him. I thought he came out, especially off that fight, that last fight against Jamel Herring. I think he's a promising fighter. He's only 26, still got a lot left in the tank. So hope he definitely picks himself back up and gets another opportunity. As for Haney, I mean, yeah, for sure. Would it be cool to see him fight Loma next? Yeah, but I don't think that's realistic. I think we wouldn't expect that from anyone else. I think Devin Haney continues to be expected to just take on unreasonable fight after unreasonable fight. And so, I think he deserves the victory lap. And then Loma right after. I hope he doesn't take too much time off in between and all that. But, I think he goes, has his little vacation, comes back, gets a nice little tune-up, like you said, in Oakland, and then Loma right after that. That's all I got, man.
Let me ask you, is Gustavo?
Agustin.
Would you travel to Oakland, or is the victory lap something you would just watch on TV?
Nah, I think that if it's in Oakland, just off the star power alone, and the events that I'm sure would be happening around, I would travel.
Okay.
I think it would be enough of a spectacle to get a lot of people out.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. Yes, if you want to call in on Discord, we are taking calls, so just go ahead and click the link. Looks like we got Swift in Tampa in the 813. What's up? And I see you, Ted. We're going to go to you on Twitter Spaces right after Discord. 813. What's up, Swift?
Mic check.
1 2 1 2.
What's up, fella? What's up, man? How's it going, man?
Chilling.
Happy Monday morning to you. What's going on?
Chilling, baby, chilling. Another day, another podcast. Getting ready
Yes,
to take over the week.
We appreciate the work you putting in, man. Most definitely, man. Y'all boys out there road tripping. You know what I'm saying? Putting that grind in, dog. So we ain't got to, man. Much love to that shit right there. So yeah, let's get to it, man. As my boy King Born would say. I want to give a shout out real quick to Jermaine Ortiz, man. A hard fought match, dog. Listen, keep your head up, champ. That was a great fucking fight. I gotta give it to him. That was a great fight, man. Lomachenko did pull away in the later rounds, but listen, he exposed a lot of kinks in that armor, who they like to call so-called the White Wolf. But yeah, man. I mean, with the whole Devin Haney victory lap thing, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, leave no stone unturned. Grab the IBO, man. Whoop up on Lomachenko, haul ass. But if the weight is gonna bother him, if he's complaining about the weight, I don't want him to do it. Just give us a Lomachenko fight, so we won't have no discrepancy later on. Give us a Loma fight, and then possibly maybe get a defense and then take the IBO. But let's get that Loma fight out the way. It's been brewing for way too long. Loma's not getting no younger, so yeah, give us a Loma fight, and then we can do another victory lap after that. And I want to give another shout out to all the young, up and coming, top ranked fighters that put on a very good showcase this weekend, man. Troy Isley, Delonte Tiger Johnson, even Duke Reagan. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great fights. You know what I'm saying? Them boys did well in their step up challenges. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of them. And yeah, man, I just want to lend my voice to the best boxing podcast in the land. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ness, Danny, Bo, Micah, everybody that got something to do with TBV. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all have a great Monday morning. Hope a great week. Happy Halloween. Make sure y'all check that candy. You know what I'm saying? Cause motherfuckers lacing shit out here. Beware, fam. Beware. But yeah, man. Shout out to all my brothers in the back call. And yeah, man, I'm out, man. Hope everybody have a great day.
All right. Thank you for the call. We're going to go ahead and go to Twitter Spaces. Looks like we got Teddy B. What up?
Got unmute.
Teddy B. There you go. Uh-oh, you got to unmute again, Teddy. There you go.
My bad. I should be good right now, right?
You are.
All right, so a couple things. One, I think the fight should happen. Sadly, Oracle is not in Oakland no more. It's in San Francisco. But I do think the Loma fight should happen there. Two, I don't think Haney should take a tune-up fight there because I don't think he has more than one or two fights left at that weight. And I would rather get the big fights out the way. So, because he just, I know he said he can do more, but he just didn't look right, like physically before that fight. He looked good in the fight, but he didn't look physically good before the fight. And I also think that.
But isn't that what matters, though? Like, had he not looked good in the fight, then it would be a problem because it's like, damn, he was weight drained. That's why he didn't perform right. But you talking about how he looked at the weigh-in. He's supposed to be sucked in at the weigh-in. It's how you recover.
You testing fate, man. You testing fate. You can't test fate too long. When you outgrow the division, you outgrow the division. You don't want to keep testing fate just because you can barely get down and suck your down.
Let me ask you a question.
Will be the last time.
Let me ask you a question. Did B-Hop test fate when he had 20 title defenses?
He was you got to remember, though, he was like 30 years old when he turned pro. So he was already a grown-ass man. That was the weight he was going to be fighting at.
What about Triple G? He ain't moved up. He been at 60 amateurs and pro. He about to retire at that weight.
Hold on. Didn't he look like shit his last 3 fights at 160?
I mean, I ain't going to say shit, bro. He got a knockout and didn't get knocked out by the pound-for-pound fighter.
He looked bad. Yeah, when he moved up to 168, right. But the fight before that, he was fighting that dude in Japan who's not good, and he looked like shit. And then Lomachenko, he lost to.
Oh.
So he didn't look very well. Like, he got a dub.
Oh, how you going to say Murata not good? He beat Rob Brandt.
Not good. Man, stop it. Murata, you saw what happened when he wasn't on that shit against Rob Brandt. He got beat. And then they went back to Japan, and he looked totally different because he was on that shit.
I can't agree with you there because I know Rob Brandt personally, and you know he told me I got an interview actually inside of a hotel in Vegas with him before the first fight, where he tells you in that interview that he already knows the money is so much greater in Japan, he can't wait to beat Murata just to go back. So for you to insinuate that he only went back because that's where Murata and his team wanted it so they could get on that shit, you're wrong. He wanted it
No, that's not what I'm insinuating. Of course he was going to go back. That money was probably life-changing. So he had no choice. But I'm saying what Murata did when he went back was not – he looked like a totally different fighter physically.
I'm not going to say that I'm sure, Teddy. Right. I'm not going to say that I'm sure, but I thought they was on VADA. I got to check.
Yeah, okay. People pass VADA tests all the time. Didn't Dillian White passed a VADA test and failed the UCAT. He did the opposite of what Conor Ben just did.
But that's a different story. Very true.
That's a different story. So we want Haney and Loma next. But the last point I want to make was the second Kambosos fight was kind of a tune-up. If we want to be real.
Knock it off.
We want to be real.
Knock it off. You can't diminish that. You can't diminish that. So that's like saying that Andy Ruiz supposed to had a tune-up versus AJ, and so did Usyk. So he had a tune-up versus AJ. Nah, man, that's unfair. But I get you.
Kambosos wasn't good enough in that. When we all knew what was going to happen in that second fight. So he was kind of a tune-up. So it's okay. He can go into the Loma fight. He ready for it.
Yo, but what's wrong with Oakland? Why can't they take it to the Oracle?
No, I said the Oracle ain't there no more. Remember, it's in San Francisco now.
No. The Oracle's absolutely there, champ.
I thought they tore the Oracle down to build the new stadium, the arena.
No, the new arena's in San Francisco. They moved it from Oakland to San Francisco.
Oh, so they still got the Oracle there? If they got the Oracle
absolutely.
there, do it at Oracle.
Absolutely still there.
Okay, well, then do it at Oracle. I do it at Oakland. I would rather it be in Oakland. That was a good those fights look good when Andre Ward was there. So do it in Oracle.
Teddy, let me get to some other callers, brother. Do appreciate you. I'm shocked. Now Kambosos was a tune-up, man. That's a little unfair. I got C-Dub.
I just found it funny. He's like, come on, man. We knew what was going to happen in the second fight. That was kind of like a tune-up.
Yeah, but you knew what was going to happen based off the first.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of you dudes wasn't even riding with Haney.
And I was going to say.
They said he was going to get robbed over there. He ain't got no power. Now all of a sudden it's a tune-up.
Could he handle the power? Yo, fuck, man. I was going to say something there.
Well, I got a caller there till he triggers you. C-Dub, what it do?
Yo, how the audio?
Straight.
Crispy.
Straight, that's what's up. TBV, smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Yo, Devin deserves a hometown fight, man.
Uh-oh.
He deserves a hometown fight, but we know we gotta get the Loma Nets. We got to.
Why
We got
can't
to.
that? Why can't that be
Didn't
in
he say?
Oakland?
I mean, he said he can't make the weight. He already
Loma
said
said
that.
Loma said he willing to go to Oakland.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, why can't it be in Oakland? Lomachenko, when in America, resides in California.
No, but he not saying it can't. He never said
No,
it can.
no. I'm not saying Lomachenko did. I'm just.
No. I'm saying C-Dub never said it can either.
Right. That sounds great. If he could do it, hey man, if we the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Make it happen, man.
But
Let's do that.
realistically, what do you think, C-Dub?
Right. I don't think it's realistic, but Loma said, I mean, Devin said he can't make the weight. He can't make the weight anymore, or it's really, really hard for him. And we saw he looked like a skeleton.
I don't know.
wore
You misquoting him. He didn't tell Mark Kriegel anything about really, really hard. He said he willing to make sacrifices. He showed that, and he doing it again. I didn't hear him say anything about it's really, really hard.
Okay. He's been saying it for a while, but now he's kind of, the Loma fight is there. The light at the end of the tunnel is right there. So Loma is right there. So yeah, you can say, hey, I can make those sacrifices for one or two more fights.
It's like when you ready to split with your baby moms, but taxes coming up. And you're like, fuck,
right?
I'm gonna thug it out, for a couple more weeks, a month.
This guy is terrible, bro.
No,
you
the light is at the end of the tunnel, though. You can see it, but you gotta hold it down. You gotta
relationship.
just hold it down just a little bit longer.
I'm just trying to give the people an analogy. That's all.
Right, it was a good analogy. Man. But if he move up, if he have the hometown fight after he moves up and he don't have a belt, it'll take luster off the event. So, or he could wait till he get an interim shot or a rigid belt if he want to just put a belt on it. But what we gonna say about Jake, man? What we got about the pay-per-view numbers? It's according to Rick Glacier, right? That's your man's, ain't in this.
That ain't my man. You know that.
He say it did 500K, man.
Already?
Damn, already.
No, they got the numbers already?
I'm just playing, bro. I don't know, man. This is what I heard
the numbers,
at the
bro.
I was like, damn, I can't even go check because he got me blocked.
Ain't
That's
no
what I
way,
heard at the
ain't
water
no
cooler,
way
man.
that shit did 500 already.
Yeah, man. But Nate Diaz next, man. That's gonna do happy.
Yo, C-Dub, did you see the footage of the two camps getting into it backstage?
Yeah. They get that from the UFC, man. They know how to do it. They know how to hype it up. That's a UFC trick.
Let me go ahead and give him this name for somebody steal it, right?
Why was there so much false information? Like there was so many videos I saw that were posted that kept saying that Nate slapped Jake's father, but in the video it's like a dude, like a bald dude with tattoos all over his head, and I'm like, I've seen Jake's father before. Pretty sure he doesn't look like that.
Right, man. It just something to get people going. They showed you what's next, so that's going to be next. The part is going to continue. I wish Jake would fight a top 350 boxer on Box Rick, but they don't bring the bag, man. They just don't bring the bag. But I'm pretty sure he could beat a top 400 boxer on Box Rick though. But hey, shout out to TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself.
C-Dub, I think I'm gonna go as far as saying top 200, bro. You got to realize he in a cruiserweight division. How stacked?
I'm with you. I agree.
How stacked is the cruiserweight division really? But appreciate the call, champ.
Hey, Danny, Ringwald, do me a favor, man. Come on the back call sometimes and say that right there, man. See how and get you, get your stripe, and see how it go back there for you.
Bro, can I tell you something?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I have found Discord to be like very difficult to use, so I just said fuck Discord. Like I'm
gonna say it back there for you. I'm gonna say it back there. Don't even worry about it.
Like matter of fact, somebody send me the link, Ness. I'm gonna try to fuck with it again just because you said that.
All right.
Yeah, see how it go for you, man.
Because apparently I ain't got my stripes, Ness.
No, you got them. I had switched it. I cleaned it up. You got the stripe though. I just want to see how you do when you do it back there.
Appreciate the call, C-Dub.
Yep.
All right. Well, shout out. Since we talking to Jake, I do want to say that Most Valuable Promotions did provide over 300 tickets for local first responders from the Phoenix area to attend Saturday's fight. So shout out to Jake. He also renovated the Central Boxing Gym in Phoenix. This motherfucker,
No.
like, how could you hate him?
And then
he goes to Puerto Rico, dumps a bunch of money out there, does a boxing gym out there, lives out there, right? Helping them out there, started a promotion out there, okay? Comes over here, helps Amanda become rich, helps Montana Love get signed, because if Montana Love doesn't fight on Jake's card, nobody watches him do what he did to Branchek. Eddie doesn't sign him. If Regis doesn't fight on fucking Jake's card, PBC doesn't see what he does, and damn sure Probellum won't see it, so he wouldn't get signed. Like, it's time to stop playing Jake.
No,
but
and
no.
Because
I gotta
more.
say this, because someone's gonna steal it. Jake Paul is officially the UFC Slayer. That is his name. He is not a boxer, so stop telling other boxers to fight him. Let him be our UFC Slayer. Just let him keep killing these dudes. I don't care if he fights Nate. Let him kill Nate too, because I've been told Nate, dumbass, to come to boxing a long time ago when the Strike Force was around, and he still played that dumb shit. So you want to roll around on the floor, Jake gonna knock you in the head and have you rolling around in the floor. Because everybody didn't think he was gonna do what he did to Silva. I'm proud of Jake. I don't like his jab. Very scary ass jab. He's still scary, which is crazy. He's like, how are you sparring all these rounds and you still scary? Like, that flicky backhand jab that he's doing, you ain't gonna set up a right hand like that.
I think for the first time he realized, like, oh shit, I'm fighting a guy that has a 8-inch reach advantage on him, and I think that he was pretty wary for that. But yeah, I also want to give him credit because his fucking betting company, Better, also donated $5,000 to the 100 Club of Arizona, which provides financial assistance to the families of first responders, you know, during the event.
That's crazy. He's doing a lot, man. You gotta give him, you know, credit. Plus, he's got Austin, you know, Slive. What is it? Sylve.
Yo, and I said
he needs a better name. Damn, that name doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't. I'm sorry. And was those braces, or is that a mouthpiece that he had? That shit was weird.
Pretty sure. I think I know
and
what you're
he's
talking
not
about.
a talker either. He needs to get his personality up. He's got like this shy smile. If you're on Twitter Spaces and you're ready to
I'm pretty sure those
speak,
were braces. But yo, you got to give Jay credit too, because he still didn't have to put H2O as his co-main, and he did.
Co-main, but he did that with Amanda, bro. Like he doesn't mind. I just hope he signs my girl, who he did put on the undercard, another person that he allowed the world to see, Shadasia Green. She got a 5th-round knockout. She is the truth. If you like Ann Wolf, you already know. She's better. Yeah, I said it. Anybody on Twitter, just request. We gonna looks like Mr. CYP on Discord. Remember, we want to take your opinion in as well. We're doing that via Discord or Twitter Spaces. So if you're on Twitter Space, request to speak, and Danny will bring you on. California, CYP. Buenos dias.
Yo, I've been meaning to talk to you about California, champ.
Yo. Danny, it's heating up. It's heating up. USC, Notre Dame is heating up. Notre Dame's getting better. So we probably gonna have a real bet on our hands though. But
hey,
look, go ahead.
Hey, I knew you was gonna say something, bro, because we looked good against Syracuse. I know.
Y'all looking better.
Y'all ain't really playing nobody, but you know.
We got 5 teams in the top 25, but whatever. We gonna do it like this. Shout out to Rachel Donaire for coming on the back call, doing her thing. I think it was via J-Mac who brought her back there, but she cool as hell. She definitely fits back there, and 2 to 3 years when the back call really blow up, and I think it will be. I'm feeling that. Remember to give credit to who created it, and that was me, CYP. I created it. So let's remember that. When it comes down to Loma, I got to say this about Loma for real. Stop with the Devin Haney's too big shit. Loma's biggest victories are against Gary Russell and Regandown. They're both smaller than him, and they're still smaller than him. I don't want to hear this shit. One thing I'm tired of fucking seeing is people making up excuses for certain fighters, but wanting other fighters to do the most to get your respect. This shit is starting to piss me off because it's really biased. And I like how what Paulie did was shed the light on what I've always been saying over the years. Boxing is very racial. Sometimes it's racially good, sometimes it's racially bad, but it's racial. And I'm telling you, I don't give a shit what any of y'all say on the back or live or in this chat. Rigo and Russell are small men. And my man Loma had the size advantage. So fuck it. If Devin got a size advantage, I don't give a fuck who he fighting. If they got a size advantage, oh well. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Let's stop this bullshit. If you're a great fighter, if you're a great boxer, you line them up. Last time I checked, you got 5 dudes in 2 groups. One group over there, one group over there. The biggest dude over there gonna fight the biggest dude over there. It don't matter if that dude's 6'3", 250. If you 6 foot 200, you the biggest dude over here. You take that big dude on over there. Let's rumble Russian style. That's how I roll.
Yo, that's a
Send me to
fact.
fight
Yo,
the big
no,
man.
I
don't
swear to
give a
God,
shit.
that's a fact. Anytime I've gotten a street fight, if it's a group of us and a group of them, it's like, all right, cool. All right, you got the best hands and you the biggest. All right, cool. You fighting a
Thank
big
you.
guy. I swear to
Thank
God.
you.
Yo, CYP, but question for you is Devin a lightweight or a heavyweight?
He's whatever weight is gonna be dropped on your ass to take that L. So it don't matter to me. He could be 135, 140, whatever Loma signs up for, catch weight, whatever. If you line up in there to fight Devin Haney, I don't want to hear no excuses. So for me, I don't give a shit. He say he want to be undisputed, so I'm thinking 135 for sure.
Yeah, no, that was just funny seeing that post-fight interview and hearing that. That's all.
Right. All right, I'm gone.
All right, Chan. Appreciate
Once again, we are taking calls via Twitter, Spaces, and Discord. I got a super chat from Chris Carlson. He says, Loma in Oakland is the victory lap. Yeah, we did see that Loma told Mark Kriegel he would go to Oakland. What did you think of that? Did you know that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, he said it.
I didn't.
He literally said Devin's the A side.
Okay.
And said, literally, I would fight him in Oakland.
Okay.
Crazy, right? I love to see breath of fresh air. Credit to Loma. You know what? Credit to Loma because so many of these fighters don't give us the fights that we deserve because of that. I'm not going to fight Ward in the Oracle. I'm not going to fight Tank or Gary in D.C. and Maryland area. And it's like, why not let the sport be great? If one man has a fan base, let fucking Crawford fight everybody in Nebraska then. That's where he's selling.
Yo, Rue, how is it that we are hating on Loma? We literally...
No, but he's a Loma lover, so you'll never say anything good enough.
Oh, no. Now Rue is saying that Loma that it was a joke for fuck's sake when he said that he'd go to Oakland.
How is that a joke? Mark Kriegel didn't say that in any sort of... He didn't preference it as a joke. The tone of the interview wasn't a joke. I think maybe he is mistaken. Maybe he didn't hear the telecast, and that's why he's saying what he's saying. I got Warhorse9 with the $5 super chat. He says, Loma versus Haney, a 50-50 fight. Basically, a blown-up featherweight versus a sucked-up welterweight. No pop. That levels the playing field. Happy Halloween with a jack-o'-lantern.
That's a pumpkin, champ.
Isn't that a jack-o'-lantern when you cut it, a pumpkin, when you cut it and make it into a Halloween face?
I thought a jack-o'-lantern was literally with the light inside of it.
That's what you do to a pumpkin when you cut it and you put the face. You put a candle in there.
Yeah, but I don't see a candle in that, champ.
Oh, yeah?
It's a pumpkin.
That says jack-o'-lantern.
Where?
You see that?
No.
Look.
Oh, shit, it does.
Oh, shit, it does.
How'd you put those words right there?
You just hover over anything, brother.
Let me try that because I don't believe you.
This guy just learned how to use a Mac. All right, if you're on Twitter and you want to shut us up and give us your opinion, go ahead and request to speak. I'm going to Discord, who we have Majid from Newark, New Jersey, Ohio, and Florida. What up?
Yo.
What's good,
everybody?
Baby?
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Shit, I feel like Devin Haney, I would like to just see him get the Loma thing over with because I don't want him to fall victim to, struggling and, like maybe it catch up to him or some type shit like that fight night. So go ahead and get Loma out of there and kill his little undisputed dreams, and other than that shit, fuck that shit. Just fight this nigga, get it over with, and then do what the fuck you want, But that's my take on it. And shout out to y'all and everybody that's coming on the back channel, just showing us some love and shit. Shout out to Danny for accepting the offer and not saying fuck them back there and shit. And that's all I got.
Bro, honestly, I'm just not the most tech savvy guy, and Bro, Discord, you see all the complications we have now. When I try to use it, I didn't even know how to accept the call. I'm like, oh shit, get me out of here.
Word. Speaking of Discord, if you're there, just need you to raise your hand so we could get to you. And on Twitter Spaces, requests to speak and we'll bring you on. I'm going to El Caesar in Vegas. What up?
Caesar, talk to us.
And it looks after Caesar, we got someone requesting.
Yeah.
Caesar, you there?
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I just had a brain fart trying to accept the damn call. So we talk Loma, Haney. Oh yeah. Okay. So it makes sense. I think since him looking all fucked up at the last weigh-in, kind of turned a lot of heads and shit. I think the more we wait, the harder it'll probably be to make weight. So to me, it makes more sense just to take that fight. Like you said, if Loma already said he's gonna go to Oakland, well then take that shit to Oakland and get Loma out the way. That's the only guy left really for him to beat in that division, and then he can go ahead and move up to 40. I mean, that's the way I'm thinking. There's really no need for a tune-up. I mean, that's just prolonging the process. That's another camp, another weight cut. So you're 2 weight cuts instead of 1. That's just the way I'm thinking. That's just my take on that. Besides that, on the Jake fight, I think Jake looked pretty good. He looked better than what I expected. He still looks somewhat, novice-y, but I think his youth and his athleticism really is what won him that fight. Because Anderson, he did look old in there, man. Just the way he was moving around, his reflexes didn't look the same. But he still had the experience, and Jake still pulled it off, so he still deserves credit. So big shout out to him for that. And man, the Jojo Diaz and William Cepeda fight was a damn good fight. I don't know if you guys got to catch that, but it was a damn good fight. I mean, props to Jojo. He's a fucking dog. But man, Cepeda really made some noise after that win. I think he really looked good. He could be a threat at 35, man. I'm looking forward to seeing more out of that dude. Yeah, man.
Who do you want to see him fight next? Shakur seems to be interested. Who do you think? In Cepeda?
I think that's a great fight, man. I think Cepeda has that pressure that will. I mean, Shakur is a master of distance. That's one thing So I would love to see that against Cepeda because he has pressure like a motherfucker.
Fighting that dude. Who said that?
Shakur.
Shakur said he would fight William Cepeda.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Twitter.
That would be a great fight.
They're not making that fight, bro. Come on, that's a Golden Boy fighter, and he is a problem. I don't care how good really Shakur thinks he is.
So, DAZN Boxing posted, following his big win over Jojo Diaz, who do you want to see?
What's that, Instagram or Twitter?
Actually, I'm going to just send this to you.
Instagram or Twitter?
Twitter, I got you.
I don't care how good Shakur is. Top Rank's not going to do a cross-promotion, non-title fight.
Yo, that's my call, fellas.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Top Rank ain't doing no cross-promotion, non-title fight, man. There's no one that's going to agree to that. But we got on Twitter.
Yeah, speaking of Twitter, we do have David. Go ahead.
Dave, what up?
Got unmute.
Dave, you there?
David on Twitter. Space.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What up?
Yo, hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is David from Western Australia, man. The boxing voice is popping down here, man. I just want to talk about the fights yesterday. I thought Loma lost. Now, I know y'all said it was close towards the end and everything, but I counted the rounds, and I thought Ortiz won at least 7 rounds. And talking about William Cepeda, I don't think that's the right fight for Shakur to come at 135. I think he could probably lose that fight. Cepeda was fire yesterday, man, and the kind of pressure he brings is kind of different to any of these guys. And the way he beat up Jojo Diaz, I don't think even Devin Haney did that, to be honest. And I want to talk about the Katie Taylor fight too. I thought Katie Taylor fought pretty bad yesterday. Like she's been promoted by Matchroom to be this like greatest woman of all time type of figure. And I seen her fight yesterday. I thought she declined at least 2 years and won. I thought that fight against Amanda Serrano took so much out of her that she should probably call it a night before having that big fight in Ireland.
Oh wow.
Anyways, man, this is the first time I've been trying to call you guys for so long. I'm a big fan down here. You guys are doing great, man. Y'all guys keep up the good work.
Thank you. Where'd you say you're calling from?
Western Australia, bro. Perth.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
So what is it over there, like
man.
7 at night?
Right now we're 10 o'clock, bro. 10 p.m.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, we're following up, man. You guys are popping down here, man. You guys keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, man.
bro.
Keep
Thank
spreading
you.
the word. Are you out of a gym out there?
So basically, I've been boxing for about 7-8 years now. I'm about to go to England next year to turn pro. So shit's looking good right now, bro.
What's the name of your gym in Australia?
So basically, we've got the pro. I'll tell you, we've got the best gym in Western Australia. It's called Nashi's Boxing Club. It's in a place called Wangara. We've got like 6 pro fighters that just turned pro out of our gym. A couple of them went over Eastern Australia. One of them was on Eddie Hearn's card. You know, Eddie Hearn just finished the show in
Perth.
Brisbane.
Yeah. Oh, it was in Brisbane.
In Brisbane.
Okay. I know you was just out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we've got about 3 fighters from our gym that are training down there right now. And that's basically the transition right now. So we train in Perth, and once you start moving up a little bit, you go to Brisbane, train with the big boys, and then you're off.
All right. Brother, listen.
Yeah.
Get with me, man. Hit me up on Instagram. See if we can't send you a banner to hang in that gym. Got to keep the word spread.
Bruh, that's so lit, man. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm heading on to your page right now. The boxing voice is popping, bro.
For sure, bro.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, man.
Nah, bro, I love you guys, man. Daddy's my boy. Ness, I fuck with you, but Danny, that nigga funny as fuck, man. I be watching you guys every single day. I have you guys in the background when I'm watching my fights. Like, I can't wait till I meet you guys. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Thank
it's crazy.
you, bro. And yo, tell your officials down there to let us in, man. Come on, man. Tell them tell them to lighten the fuck up. Let's not forget what that country was built on. All right, tell them that.
Yes, sir. Australia up next, though. Australia up next.
All right, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Cheers, brother.
We got another request on Twitter. Let me see who's on Blog Talk. I got Q and North. What up?
And then Bankroll, you up next on Twitter.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, y'all don't think the Loma fight at this point is a victory lap? Y'all saw how he fought.
Come on, man. You gonna say a dude that's probably on someone who's a weirdo current pound for pound list is a fucking tuna.
Super weirdo. I mean, it just is what it is. We saw the attributes that give him problems, and we saw what Devin got, and it's like a match made in heaven. It's like the perfect setup to be like, I beat Loma. Like it's a bad match.
I don't know, man.
It's a victory lap.
I don't know.
It's
I can't call it no victory lap, man. It's Loma, bro. He's a 3-division champ. He got scalps under his name. Like, he beat hella people. He got like 18 fights, and they all names. It's like 2-3 people, not names.
All right. What's the difference in that and when Earl fought Danny? Danny was a 2-division world champion.
Bruh, Danny,
He had only lost.
No.
What, once or twice?
I love Danny.
Maybe once at that point or twice?
Bro.
To like a big name?
Bro.
To respectable people?
Bro.
And
But
Earl made it look easy.
Okay, but what was big? Okay, what was first of all, Loma, right, has been around for what, however many years. He ain't coming off losses. Like, Danny wasn't coming off wins. Lomachenko's coming off wins, and on top of that, he was in
Good
line.
wins.
Let's not forget, Devin was in line.
That's a fact.
Not just that. Not just that, but look, let's not forget, Devin was in line for the fight. Like, there's an actual storyline to this fight. And even the Danny fight, I'm going to be honest with you, I think there's a storyline to that fight because, bro, who the fuck thought that Errol Spence coming off that horrific car accident was going to uphold to what was in negotiations before that and take that Danny fight? Nobody thought that.
At all. Yo, your dispatch is wilding in the back.
I feel all of that, but I just mean like the fight, the physical fight in the ring is gonna. To me, I don't think it's gonna be a difficult fight.
Okay, all right,
So Haney to
all right, all right. You know what's a good way? You know what's a good way to gauge that? A good way to gauge that. Good way to gauge that is let's see the odds, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what the odds were for Errol Spence coming off that car accident, going into that title defense, fighting Danny. No, I'm serious.
That's nah, I hear you, but that's not fair. Like you're making a good argument, right?
Bro,
Like,
how
making
is
your
that not
point,
fair?
that's
How is that not fair?
How
That
is that not
percentage
fair?
of the
And
winner?
no. And let me tell you something. Right now is the most fair. If it's like the fight's made week of, now the money has moved the line. Right now is the most fair because, bro, these motherfuckers are here to make money, right? The books don't lose. You can make you some money. We make us some money on Fridays, but the casinos, the sports books do not lose. They are here for a reason. So if what you think is truly the case, that is going to be the most unbiased because this is money we talking about. So let's see what Earl opened up against with Danny, right, for his title defense coming off the car accident, and let's see what the odds are for Lomachenko and Devin Haney.
We got to get to.
We got Bankroll.
What up?
On Twitter. Make sure to unmute. Talk to us, champ. Got to unmute.
Bankroll. Bankroll going once.
There we go.
Yo.
What up? We here. Where you calling in from, champ?
Minnesota.
Minnesota in the building. What up?
Yo. How y'all doing, man? Nestor and Danny.
What up, champ? We good. How
First
about
time
yourself?
talking on the show.
Appreciate it.
Good. Yeah, I'll be watching our show, man. I'll be having this boxing stuff turned up. I'll be having, like the conversation I'll be having and stuff. Give y'all a young nigga point of view. You feel me? I feel like bro stole the words right out my mouth. Before this, I think Loma gonna be a piece of cake, though he looks. I think he's a piece of cake for Devin. If they got the odds even close to the day of the fight, he's gonna make a bag off that.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm looking now. I don't see anything, but I think pretty soon we're gonna have something open up, bro. Like those odds aren't gonna be what people think. Like I think that's gonna be. I think those odds are gonna fool a lot of people, and I think we're gonna be able to make a lot of money on that.
Well, you think they're gonna have Haney as the underdog?
Hope so.
Yeah. Like in my Kodak, hold on, in my Kodak voice, because we are the Breakfast Club. I hope so, but yeah, champ. I don't know that they will. I don't know that they will, but I will say that. Yeah, I hope they do. But I think that they just love Lomachenko so much.
They love him.
Like love.
They love the fuck
like
out of him.
think about how close the fight we saw Saturday night was, right? I'm not saying it was a robbery. I'm not saying it was a robbery.
Listen. I think Ortiz won. Just in my opinion.
Whoa.
I don't know about everybody else.
You wildin'.
I had it 7-5, and I was so confident that
How?
that they was gonna give it to him.
How? What rounds did you give him? Any of the back? Bro. Did he win any of the last 6?
No. I gave Loma the last 4. Right. I had Ortiz winning the first 4, and then there was a couple swing rounds I gave him. I had Loma winning the 4th, and then it came out to Ortiz winning 7-5. I was doing it round by round, counting it up.
Look,
hard for me to give it to him.
Listen, that was in my opinion. I think it's like concentration.
For sure. Stuff. But look though, regardless, it was a close fight. But the odds, the bookmakers did not have them as such. The the odds makers did not have them as such. So regardless, I think that we, the people, they love Lomachenko. So I think that we'll get odds that will be deceiving to what we actually see in the fight.
Excuse me. If you're on Twitter and you want to request to speak, go ahead and do so, and we'll bring you on. We're going to Discord. Rue in New Orleans. the king of the Loma supporters.
He might be calling in from the Ukraine.
Yes.
From the Ukraine. I'm still in the New Orleans area.
I'm shocked you didn't go back to party with him.
No, he lives over here. What are you talking about?
Oh, thought y'all was doing a victory lap out there.
No victory lap. That was a close fight. I don't think it's crazy if anyone thought Ortiz won, to be honest with you, or if someone had it a draw.
Yeah, I can't see how he won though. Like the back half of the fight was all Loma. I don't even like.
You went back and
Yeah,
watched? Okay.
yeah.
I didn't go back.
I went back. Yo, if anybody, and that's what happened. This fight is overshadowing the possibly true. I ain't even gonna say true robbery because it ain't a robbery. But that,
I don't think it's a robbery.
But no.
I think that's going somewhere else with this.
Yeah, the fight that we should be talking about is Duke Reagan. Now that ain't a robbery, but that was tight. Like that was tight. Man, when we say they stepped him up with LeBron, we wasn't lying, brother. He need work.
Let me tell you something.
He got hit with so many right hands. He was hurt a lot, bro.
Let me tell you something.
He spit. Yo, he's a vet. He's a vet. I'm sorry to cut you off. He's just a fucking vet because I don't want to just shit on him without giving him like every time he got hurt, bro. He would grab that waist, spit that mouthpiece out. He had like 4 spits of the mouthpiece. Like this, he's a vet.
But I definitely do want to congratulate you on your evolution on Lomachenko, because you just said that his resume was full of names.
It is full of names. We know that.
Always halfway.
I mean, all the people that he's fought are names. Has everything been situational?
Of course.
Can I pick his resume apart just like everybody could pick apart another one's? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
Robinson's resume, I know you can pick apart a resume.
And that's what I'm saying.
One of your many talents.
And that's what I'm saying. But when it comes down to it, the man has fought a lot of names. Nicholas Walters, whether he was on 11-month layoff or not, he was a name and he was a puncher. Gary, whether he was in a sauna or not, he was a name and he was heavily touted. Salido, you got Linares. Even Mariaga, yeah, he was smaller than Loma, but he was a name. He was a natural featherweight. He fought other featherweights. He's still fighting other featherweights. It's just all his fighters. There's only 2 dudes. I think the second fight ever, matter of fact, the first fight ever was the dude I don't even know. Then he got the title shot. Then he fought another dude I don't know to get the Gary fight, right? That's how it worked out?
No, it was...
I thought it was Gary. I forgot. I don't remember.
I thought it was Gary right after Salido.
I'll check, but I know that his resume is one that will be talked about for a lot of years to come because no one's ever done what he's done. Like, he's the first dude to get a title shot in 2 fights.
And as far as this title goes, I think, as far as the show's title, I think that all of us as fight fans we don't really know what to do with this situation, whereas you have 2 guys that look like they actually want to fight. And one guy is willing to make concessions to make the fight. And I think it's something that we're not used to. It's something that we might have trouble, visualizing. That I don't think there's a need for a hometown fight. If anything, fight Loma in Oakland, if he's willing to go there. And let's just get this over with. I mean, Loma should have fought him years ago with the franchise situation, whenever that was. Let's just book in this and let both of these guys go on their way afterward. I mean, we can do it in the spring and just answer all questions about both fighters.
Yeah, so I looked up his resume, bro. He's only got 3 names that are unfamiliar out of 19 fights.
And let me tell you guys something. And I think one of those 3 names.
That's dope.
I think one of those 3 names is gonna be in the fight I just mentioned, right? But watch this.
I'm gonna go.
Rue, hold on, real quick. How old are you?
By the turn 40. Jesus.
Okay, so maybe not the biggest fight of your lifetime. Biggest fight of the last 20 years, or what would you say?
In the last 20 years?
Yeah.
It has to be Mayweather Pacquiao in the last 20 years.
So that was a $100 pay-per-view, right? That was co-promoted by Al and by Top Rank, right? That was a 3-fight pay-per-view. So not just was it 100, you only got 3 fights. Obviously, Mayweather Pacquiao was one of them, main event. So the other 2 fights was split between Al and Top Rank. So Al got to pick a fighter to get the position, you know, and so did Top Rank. Yo, Top Rank chose Lomachenko with only 4 professional fights. Like for your biggest card, that you've done, right? Biggest fight of my lifetime, biggest fight of most of our lifetimes, biggest financial fight, probably till the day we fucking die. And I'm only 26 years old, but yet they believed in a Lomachenko who was 4 wins, 1 loss to open that pay-per-view up, man.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
his amateur background speaks for itself.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. He's great. I agree with both of you guys. That's a spot on assessment. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go.
I ain't say
Fantastic show.
I ain't say great.
Fantastic show. Good output on Patreon. I like the betting stuff. That is a good insight.
Speaking of
y'all have a great day.
Patreon, we have the Untitled post, and remember, Untitled's today at 9 a.m. YouTube members live. That show is scheduled, so if you're a member, just navigate over to the members page, and you'll see that scheduled episode, and you'll also see the scheduled posts so that you can drop any topics and or suggestions. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how that's done right here live. So it would be looking like this to you in about T-minus 1, 2, 3. Now, this is how it looks when you get to our channel. Then you want to navigate to that little button there that says, TBV right here. Click that. That'll bring you to our main page, home, videos, playlist, community, membership. Click membership. That's going to take you right here to our next scheduled show at 9 a.m. Untitled. It's going to be YouTube members only. And right below that, you have another post where you can add your topics. 4 people have already added topics here on YouTube members. And we also have the same post on Patreon for all our Patreons. So join us for our Untitled members only episode at 9 a.m. today. Right now, we're still taking calls. If you want to join us on Discord, you can do so. Or if you want to request to speak on Twitter Spaces, go ahead and do so. I'm going out to Hawk in Maryland.
What up, Hawk? Talk to us.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Okay. Good morning, TBV. What's up, Ness? And what up, Ringwalk?
Buenos dias.
Hey, man. Good fights this weekend, man. The Jake Paul, he just surprised me. He a little better than what I thought he was. He been training. He's a little better than what I thought he was. He showed heart too. So yeah, that wasn't a bad fight. The Jake Paul fight. But we talking about the Devin Haney, right? Lomachenko.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I hope they had a fight because that's gonna be a easy run over for Devin Haney. I got him running him over. Loma don't look the same. I didn't think he won that fight. I thought it was like maybe a draw at best, or a split, or going to Ortiz, because Loma came on at the end, but shoot, Ortiz was pushing the man around the ring. Actually, Lomachenko looks too small. He just looks small to me. He looks small next to Ortiz, and he looked tiny next to Devin Haney. But he's a great fighter though. But I didn't think he
need to stop juggling tennis balls and hit the weight room.
Yeah, man. I mean, damn. He just looked too small.
Look,
but
man,
Ortiz, I thought he was
at the end of the day,
muscling him.
Look, at the end of the day, when you in a fight, both guys step on that scale, and both guys
you're right.
And both guys got to step in that ring. So
that's right.
What you do with your 24 hours and what I do with my 24, and how that shows in the ring, bro. That's between you and God, brother. You feel me?
I tell you what.
Like people talking this weight bully goofy shit. People talking what we gonna say? Like Nessa said before, Fendora's a hype bully. Shakur's a skill bully. Tank's a power bully. Right? What's wilder, champ?
Right hand bully.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Canelo's multiple weight class. Like, what are we saying, yo?
He's a star bully. He takes advantage of his star power.
No, that's Jake. That's Jake.
Oh yeah,
that's Jake.
Hey, y'all ever heard when they used to compare Lomachenko to Floyd?
Yes, on
Y'all remember that?
ESPN. Yes.
Okay. When Floyd beat other fighters, especially fighters that's not on his level, I give him the Castillo fight and the first fight with the guy that best up Brona, the guy that beat up Brona. I can't think Marcos. Them two fights were close fights, but everybody else Floyd ran over, man, and didn't even look close. Loma's having a lot of real close type fight. I don't get how they make that comparison, man. Floyd beat people very easily.
I mean, they
man.
haven't made that
He beat his
comparison in a
biggest
long
fight,
time,
man,
my
very
friend.
easily.
Yeah, it's been a while.
They haven't made that comparison in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, even when they were back then, when Floyd was still fighting and he was active, they both were fighting at the same time for a little while. Floyd when he beat
Yeah, but
people,
they
he
were
beat them a
using
whole lot easier.
stats. They were using stats to make the comparison about how many punches he throws and how many punches get landed on
Yo,
him.
did you see that fucking? Speaking of stats, did you see that fucking William Cepeda broke the
1,580 something
broke the
punches.
lightweight record, most punches ever thrown in a fight?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Shakur better chill. Not that he gonna lose, but it's just like
Why
too
would
much
Top Rank-
risk,
why would
no
T-
reward.
Yeah, no, I mean I get what you're saying in the sense of why would Top Rank make that fight cross promotion
With no belt, it's not even worth it. Like, how do you
Cepeda's
pay
not,
them?
He's not even in the name. Like,
I mean, they would
get
have
it.
to literally love Shakur so much that they're gonna call Golden Boy and pay the promotional fee to promote the fight themselves. That's the only way it would make sense. So they got to pay for him, and it just don't make sense to pay for a dude that don't bring nothing to the table. Listen, Hawk, got to get to some other callers. I'm going to Mad Bet 100 on Twitter Spaces from Kansas City. What up? Mad Bet.
Got on mute.
In the meantime, in between time, we got a members only chat from Bougie and Broward. He's been a member at the champ level for 5 months, so guess what? That means he can join us at 9 a.m. for Untitled right here on YouTube members only because he's a champ. He says, so if this wasn't Ortiz's first 12-rounder, then you think Ortiz would have got the win? I don't know, bro. 12-rounder or not, I don't think you need a 12-rounder to get a win, but I get that having 12 rounds under your belt and being there, is experience. Matt Bent, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yo, just like my man just said, I did not think Loma won the fight. I'm sorry. Yes. Danny. Yeah, I had it 7-5. Ortiz. And I bet Loma for the stoppage, so he messed up my parlay. I had Milton, Robisi, and Loma. Loma fucked up my money.
Bro, he had poor Comey coming off that Teofimo flatline, hurt, and he couldn't stop Comey. Why'd you think he was gonna stop
Right.
Jermaine Ortiz?
Because I thought Jermaine, well, level of competition, right? That's what was going on. Level of competition.
One guy's coming out the morgue to fight you. The other guy's coming off the fucking victory of his life.
Well, Jermaine Ortiz's biggest win was Henry. Henry was coming off taking a beating.
Okay, and so was
from,
Comey, brother. And that's the. I mean, I don't mind.
But
that was your
this was
money
my
you
reason.
lost. I was just curious.
Yeah. So I bet Loma for the stoppage because I figure, he hasn't been there yet under the bright lights, all this shit, Top Rank, promoting Loma. They got into the young man, but he stepped up and I thought he won the fight. But, politics of boxing is terrible. The county box was bullshit. And we watched the fight, and after going into the fourth round, they gave the numbers for the third round, and they had Ortiz landing 5 punches and Loma landing 10. You look at the third round, there was absolutely clearly one guy who was throwing punches more than the other. Loma was moving around, this guy was chasing him, hitting him with punches, body shots, uppercuts on the inside, and they said he only landed 5 punches. It was horrible. The county box was horrible. I have to agree with Paulie when he said county box is bullshit. And then we're like, oh, Loma didn't throw as much punches as this kid. He won the last 4 rounds. and maybe one in between. I don't have my scorecard, but I kept a scorecard. Like Ness used to recommend back in the day. He didn't win that fight. He didn't win that fight. It's terrible. But on to the next. That's my call.
Mad Bent, thank you for calling in using Twitter Spaces. If you want to use Twitter Spaces, go ahead and request to speak and join us live right here. We're on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. We just crossed over to our next goal of 158,000 this weekend, so we got that goal, and it's time for the next on 159. Only you can get us there, so we need about another 940 people. But yeah, we're chucking along, and you're going to keep going, man. If you want to talk, join us. We're going out to Adrian Rowan. What up?
Wisconsin. Talk to us.
Adrian Rowan, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Jerome Lambert. One of the Border Wars brothers made his professional debut.
Got the dub. I
here in
seen that.
Wisconsin. Yep, got the dub, got the knockout, first round. So shout out to him for doing that and, coming out of the Border Wars community and taking this thing professional.
That's right. Border Wars back, baby. February 25th. DM me. Ask me all about it.
So, yeah, it's cool to see Border Wars birthing professional fighters. I believe for sure Fire D's probably next. And probably some other people in the future. So, shout out to Border Wars for building people up to start a career for real. But yeah, the Loma fight, I caught the back end of it because I was working. Yeah, I don't know. The way the announcers were talking to me was like Loma wasn't winning because they weren't saying he wasn't winning, but kind of that read between the lines talk was they weren't really sure or that he just didn't have a strong showing. Now, I only watched the back half of the fight, so I can't really talk too much about it. I caught some of the Jake fight. Yeah, I mean, it was entertaining, but I'm kind of conflicted with Jake. Like, I want to see him fight, a decent boxer, or, at least someone who's traditionally straight up boxing. But at the same time,
you hating.
I do think that he brings a lot to the sport. He's putting the shine on a lot of fighters and getting people paid. So, I mean, for the sport of boxing, it's kind of better that he goes on and wins and fights the type of guys that he's fighting, as long as it's, keeping the sport healthy in general. So, it is what it is. As a pure boxer, I'd like to see him fight any boxer. I don't care if they're 0-0, but just someone who's strictly in boxing. I know that Silva has had a boxing background, and he's one of the greatest strikers in the UFC history.
And got a win over Chavez, bro. Like, you can't ignore that.
No, I'm not ignoring it because I seen the win over Chavez, but we know what version of Chavez Jr. he beat up. He didn't beat up the version. He didn't beat up the version that almost beat Maivia. He didn't beat that version of Chavez.
No, he didn't. But Chavez also didn't fight like the 25 or 30-year-old version of Anderson. He fought the 47-year-old version. The 1 year younger version that Jake just fought, bro. You got to give him some credit. Like, regardless.
No, listen. I'm giving him all the credit in the world. I mean, to be a boxer and the son of a legend, because, no disrespect to Chavez Jr., but, that's a guy who got paydays and got put where he was put because of his last name, not necessarily his boxing skill. Not to say that the man couldn't box. You got to be able to box a little bit to get to a certain point. But, that last name carried him way better to me than Sugar Shane Mosley's son. I feel like he had a harder route. I feel like Chavez Jr. got a kind of an easier route compared to Sugar Shane's son.
Were they the same amount of stars? Were the fathers did the fathers have the same star power?
I think it's hard to tell anybody that they got more star power than Chavez.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
he had a country behind him. Like, all of Mexico loves that dude.
And it's like saying, like, damn, it's like for me to act surprised as to why, Floyd's kids are in the position that they're in. Like, bro, they're Floyd's kids. It's he was different. Chavez was different. Like Chavez to me, I've said it so many times. He will always be in the eyes of the Mexican people greater than Canelo.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's the original, right? And Canelo has gotten some criticism from his countrymen and fellow fighters and some of the things he's done, but Canelo's also achieved a lot too. So you can look at it whatever angle you want to look at it. But yeah, I mean, so as far as and then the Devin Haney Loma thing, I don't want to call it politics, but I think that fight happens next. But watching them two standing next to each other, man, Loma got a lot of work. I didn't realize Haney was going to be that much longer and taller than him. And I think with how well Haney uses his jab and his athleticism, that's going to be, from what I've seen of the Loma fight, that's going to be a tough fight for Loma. And I mean, I'll be honest, I'm surprised that Haney's making that weight looking at him next to a Loma. And I know 135 is big for Loma too. I get that. But I mean, the size difference was massive. But at the end of the day, I think they need to get that fight out of the way. It's one of those fights that needs to happen, kind of just like your Crawford Spence fight. It's just one of those, let's get it done. Let's get it over with. Let's let Devin vacate those undisputed titles, having fought everybody that we wanted him to fight, for his future legacy. And then, man, he needs to go ahead and move on up and, take on some other challenges. I mean, I see Devin ending his career at like 147, to be honest with you. He's a pretty big kid and he's still growing into his frame. But yeah, fellas, man, that's all I got. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Let's get out to
on
Ari.
Twitter. We got Ari. Talk to us. Make sure to unmute Ari Boxing Talk.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Great. Yeah, man. I was listening to the gentleman that was just speaking. About the Jake Paul situation, how he's not fighting like real boxers, and I just wanted to say was that Jake Paul tried to fight two real boxers, and the real boxers were on some bullshit. So you can't, say he's not fighting real boxers, but he tried to fight Fury, right? And then he tried to fight Rockman as a replacement. And in my opinion, they were on some bullshit. So, you got to give Jake Paul the credit. He's doing good things for the sport. And yeah, like you said, man, he Silva beat Chavez, so you can't take that away from him. And then going to the Lomachenko fight, I think that was a close fight. I rewatched it yesterday. And I think Lomachenko pulled it off at the end. I think Ortiz's lack of experience in the later rounds really played a part. And yeah, I think Lomachenko. But listen, Lomachenko, yeah, he had a year off, but he seemed all right to me. I didn't see too much ring rust like people were claiming. But I do agree that Devin Haney is a tough fight for him. I think that's a fight that Devin Haney wins, clearly wins. So that's all I got, man.
All right, Sam. Where are you joining us from?
I'm from New York. I'm Dominican. I'm one of the guys that talks around with Broadway Joel. He was on your show.
Okay.
And yeah, me and Broadway are cool, and I'm just tuning in, showing support.
Appreciate you, man. Well, go ahead and take it a step further and go ahead and retweet this space so that more people can see that and know that we're on Twitter Spaces taking calls. If you want to call in, join us on Twitter or join us on Discord. We're going to the People's Champ in Cincinnati. What up?
Brandon, talk to us.
Yo, what's happening, fellas? Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to take a different stance on this. I don't think he should take the Loma fight, and it's for these reasons. Listening to these calls, everybody has been lamenting the same sentiments. Lomachenko didn't look good. It was a close fight. It could have went either way. He possibly lost. Devin's going to kill him. So when everybody's saying the same thing, Devin's going to thrash him. that means, the suspense for this fight isn't very high. So if they put it on pay-per-view, nobody's going to buy it because we all think Devin's going to win. So it won't be a success. When you add that along with Devin already killing himself to make weight, it's really a meaningless fight at this point with Lomachenko. It made sense a few years ago when Loma was peaking before the TO loss, but now, like I said, everybody's saying he's too old, he's too little, he ain't the same. So Devin beating him at this point when he already has 2 losses really doesn't do much. I think he should move up to 140, possibly get a, Bay Area welcome home fight if they think it's lucrative. I don't know how big the Bay Area market is. I personally love the Bay Area, but I don't know if they're just clamoring for a Devin Haney return to the Bay. That'd be something they need to look into. But if not, depending on how well Teofimo Lopez looks in this fight against Pedraza in December, I think he should move up and go straight into that. Because like I said, that a couple weeks ago when we had that debate, I think that's a bigger fight than the Loma fight anyway. So if I was Devin, I'd do that because they will try to stick this fight with Lomachenko on pay-per-view. It will not do well on pay-per-view. Lomachenko isn't really a big name, and everybody that's a diehard fan already thinks Devin's going to beat the shit out of him anyway, so nobody's going to buy it in the diehard boxing
I don't think
fan.
they're gonna try to
So,
put that on pay-per-view.
you don't think so?
Nah, and the reason I say that is because Lomachenko brings a lot of advertising dollars to ESPN. And, bro, ESPN is the worldwide leader in sports. So with those advertising dollars for a fight like that, they, if they build it up properly, bro, they could have success on regular ESPN. Now, the reason I'm gonna I don't even want to say debate, but I guess just disagree with you is because I just feel that if Devin does not fight Lomachenko and turns down the Lomachenko fight, the world gonna say he ducked him.
I mean, let's be real. Looking at the post fight, the Lomachenko seemed all that enthused to fight at Devin Haney. He didn't seem like he was hungry for that fight. So this guy, he pretty much said this guy's huge. His manager and all them guys didn't seem like they were interested. All they talked about was how much bigger Devin was. So I don't know, man. I mean, if they do it for free, then maybe, yeah, you can get some eyeballs on it if ain't nobody doing shit on a Saturday. But if they try to throw that on pay-per-view, you're looking at 75, 80,000 buys, and I don't want that for Devin. I like the young man. But like I said, maybe take him back to Oakland or San Francisco if they think that's lucrative against a decent name. And then sky's the limit at 140. He can't keep sucking down making 135. It's time to move up. Like I said, I don't even know if beating Lomachenko when he brings nothing to the table is even a big win at this point. He's already got 2 losses.
It's a name,
and he had a tough fight his last fight.
It's a name.
I mean, if you want to leave no doubt at 35, Loma's part of that run. But let me get to some other callers. Brandon, on
All right, y'all have a good
Twitter.
one, bro.
You too, brother. Thank you.
On Twitter, we got Sports Heaven. What up?
Make sure to unmute.
Hello?
What's up, brother?
Hey, brother, what's going on, man? It's good to talk with y'all, man. I love what y'all be doing with the little boxing thing, too.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I just was touching in. I think you can make a strong argument. Loma lost that fight, but the championship rounds, he definitely won. Loma's tricky because the advantage most of the people at 135 going to have is reach. But if the young man was having problems because he was trying to utilize his reach. But Loma, you can't give him time to get his rhythm. And midway toward the end of the fight, Loma was getting his rhythm, and that's what makes Loma tricky. You want to keep him at bay and use your reach, but you have to put pressure on him at the same time because if you let him get his feet moving and get rhythm, he becomes hard to beat. And even though I think Devin will pretty much roll through him, the one thing I will say is, to me, him losing that weight, it seemed like his legs wasn't all the way there unless he was just trying to sit on his punches against my man in Australia. His legs ain't all the way there, and to beat Loma, you have to have your legs. You're not going to beat Loma if your legs ain't there.
Bro, he moved all 12 rounds, brother.
I mean, that's just my opinion, brother. I'm just saying.
No, I hear you.
He might have been trying to.
I think he did. I think that he wanted to sit on the punches, right? Because if he didn't, then if he didn't, and it was a leg issue, I don't know that we would see him initiate and attempt to use that right hand so much, right? Like if it's not something I'm trying to do, I'm not gonna be adding things to the game. But look, at the end of the day, if him and his team are willing and saying that they can and that it's possible, then if we could make it, I want to see it because I wanted to see it back in 2019 when he was in position, and I want to see it even more now.
I feel you, brother, and I'm just gonna wrap up with that. I think the problem with boxing, especially today, is the fans are never satisfied. So it's always going to be, no matter who we talking about. He beat Loma. Then it's going to be he was old. He ain't the same. Then he dug Shakur. So with that being said, if he's not making weight at 135 and he ain't healthy, and Loma didn't look like his body language sure don't look like he want no smoke with Devin. So I wouldn't mind seeing a young man go, but I definitely appreciate y'all letting me come on and share my opinions with y'all.
Anytime, brother. Anytime, man.
Where you calling in from?
I'm from Charlotte, brother.
Okay.
Charlotte. Shout out to you.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina in the building, man. We appreciate you. Keep rocking out with us.
We're going to be using Twitter Spaces every day for all our shows, so you'll always be able to call in using Twitter or Discord. Speaking of, we got Louisiana. Special feature. What up?
Good morning, fellas. What's up, Danny? What's up, Ness?
Buenos dias.
Great night, a great weekend of fights. I really think Devin should just get it out of the way. Maybe they should even kill two birds with one stone and let the Loma fight be in Oakland if Loma's going to fight Devin Haney in Oakland. And definitely a lot of good performances like y'all talking about, and Ness, you need to go ahead and stop with the calling Jake Paul the UFC killer. But at some point, if he's going to box, he's going to have to fight a boxer. I understand.
He the UFC slayer, man. Next up, Nate Diaz. We going to put his head on a stake.
Okay, but then is he going to keep fighting UFC fighters?
That's all we want. We ain't,
is he going to actually fight a boxer?
We going to fight UFC fighters until Canelo get the balls to fight us.
Why got to be Canelo?
Because we want the biggest fight possible.
The man is a light heavyweight to heavyweight. You want him to fight Canelo.
Canelo was trying to fight Makabu. Let him come fight Jake. Bigger fight with Jake than it is Makabu.
Jake was about to be put into the rankings that Hasim Rahman fight took place. So,
Now y'all want to put this man. Y'all always want to say, well, why we want him to do stuff that other boxers do, because other boxers don't get to fight basketball players, football players.
Right, they're fighting taxi drivers. They're fighting warehouse workers. They're fighting what's my man's Joe Smith? What was he doing? He was a laborer, right? Yep. Union laborer. Mm-hmm. That's who they're fighting. So what are we talking about? The guy's now what, 6-0?
Yes, who knows? Like, I was watching the live fight chat, Ness and Danny. I saw y'all getting nervous because it was looking like he wasn't going to get a knockout or a knockdown. Then the punch he knocked him down with didn't even really hurt him. It was a flash knockdown. I understand why y'all want to keep him away from boxers, because when he fights a boxer, we're going to really see. I mean, yeah, I respect the fact that he's putting boxers on and everything he's doing for boxing, but if, at some point, especially since y'all want to put him in the rankings, he's going to have to fight a boxer.
I don't want to put him in the rankings. I was a WBC. They felt that Hasim Rahman Jr. fight was deserving of a Bridgerweight ranking.
He been trying to fight fighters. It's not his problem that, Fury couldn't get in the country. How we knew that? And Jake didn't know that. He sent him a contract. It's not his fault Hasim Rahman didn't make weight. How we knew that? He sent him a contract that he signed and said he was going to make weight. Like, stop blaming Jake. Tell the fighters that he's choosing to man up. Stop finding a way out the fight.
Well, yeah, we do have to put some of the blame on them.
All right, brother. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. It's going to help this episode grow. It'll also put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans. So go ahead and let us know.
Up next on Twitter, we do have
New country
guy. Talk to us. Make sure to unmute.
New country guy, you got to hit the unmute button. There you go.
All right, can you hear me? All right. My comment is about the Loma fight. Now, I'm not making excuses for Loma, so don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of things that people ain't looking at. Loma, I think, made a mistake by taking this Ortiz kid for a comeback fight. If you look at the facts, Loma was off for at least 10 months, maybe up to a year, right? Top it off, this Ortiz kid's been active. He's fought twice, most recently. He's huge in size compared to Loma. I mean, if you look at the two of them, he dwarfs Loma. The only thing that saved Loma was that it was his, the kid's lack of experience at this point. Loma is at the end of his career or going towards that now. I'm not making excuses for him, but he did do the work. I had it 7-5 for Loma. He pulled it out, but it was a very tough fight, a very tough fight. I knew he was going to have to work for it, but it was hard. He had to work harder than I thought,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we hear you.
We hear you. Definitely think that, Lomachenko took I think that Jermaine was probably a tougher fight than his last two, and Richard Comey and Nakatani. I think that they just had the, more of the momentum, and I don't think that this was. I don't think that Jermaine was styled as good for Lomachenko as Comey and Nakatani are, but. Look, man.
By far, but you know what? Now, there's a difference between Ortiz and Haney in size. Yes, Haney is bigger than Loma, but he's not quite as big as Ortiz. I don't see him having as much power as Ortiz as far as to, I'm not saying he can't do nothing. I like Haney, too. He's a great fighter. You're a good young kid. I happen to be from the Bay myself. But I don't see him doing quite the same thing as Ortiz did. I think it's going to be a much better fight than people think. Loma was talking about when they were talking in the ring that he'll be ready. I'd like to see the fight happen. I think it should have happened a long time ago, but I think it'll be a great fight if it does happen. Regardless of who wins, I think it'll be a great fight.
Totally agree. All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going to go ahead and get to some other callers. If you are on Twitter, don't forget you need to request. Looks like we do have someone there.
LV Slug on Discord, and then Klein up next on Twitter.
What's up?
CBV, y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We hear you.
Yes, fellas. Yeah, nice little weekend of boxing. Shout out Zepeda. He got that win over JoJo. That was a nice little win for him. So I know he's going to be looking for a title shot after a while. So, he got the win. So, hopefully he can get in line to get a, title shot. But underwhelming performance from Loma, man. Underwhelming performance in my opinion. But, like a lot of the callers been saying, he's been a year out the ring. So, it may have been some rust there. But, he still was able to get the job done. And, like I pointed out, last time he got in there with a young, hungry, undefeated guy, he came up short in Tio. So, this young guy came in, first 12-round fight, and, put on a good little performance against a future Hall of Famer in Loma. So, I feel like, I'm excited to see what Ortiz do next. He gave us a valiant performance. He came up short, but, I want to see where they go with him next. The young guy definitely did his thing, to make the fight close. But like I said, Loma was an underwhelming performance. But like I said, he's a year plus out the ring. So, like that rust may have been there.
Whoa. Ain't no year plus. Ain't no year plus. Don't lie to the people.
Well, yeah, my bad.
It ain't a year.
What is a year? What is a year?
Nah.
10 months.
10 months, my bad. Well, 10 months. Yeah, 10 months then. 10 months, so, it may be a little rust there. But, I think I'm not really, if Devin Haney decided to stay and fight him, I'm all for it. But we all know why we in this position. Loma had an opportunity to fight his man, though, and Devin, he decided to franchise. So, if Devin decided to go up, I'm not going to call it no duck. It's just what it is. We seen how he looked at the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? But if he do decide to stay down, I'm all for it as well. Let's see it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely expect Devin to, get the job done. and just show Loma, his levels to this shit. Loma already making the weight thing, makes trying to look like he's trying to go the weight route as far as how big Devin is, but the weight was no problem when you stopped Nakatani. Nakatani is clearly a bigger guy than Devin, and you was able to stop him, get him up out of there. So, the weight thing I'm not gonna run with. You just gonna have to make the
Yo,
proper adjustments to try to, to get the win. But I'm not gonna run with the weight. It's the skill set. It's definitely Devin's skill set what's gonna help him win that fight. You know what I'm saying? So whenever they do it, I'm all for it. I expect Devin to come out on top, and just move up and start fighting them champions at 140.
I
Like I said on the topic, he do deserve a hometown fight. I think if he do fight Loma, he deserves to go back to the Bay Area, give that kid a hometown fight, especially doing what he just did back to back with Kambosos in Australia. So yeah, that's all I got, man. Hopefully he can come back to Oakland.
yo, and
But yeah, that's all I got.
I didn't hear Puerto Rico ask Loma, was he a super featherweight or a light heavyweight or nothing like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but it was Rigo calling Loma out, so that ain't Loma's problem. If you gonna call me out, just like Earl said, I ain't call Mikey out. He called me out, so he whooped up on him. That ain't really nobody's problem. We got a hell of people on Twitter Spaces.
Klein, you up next. Got unmute.
Hey, what's up, my man?
What's up? What's up?
I'm calling from Nigeria.
Hey, shout out to you, Nigeria in the building, keeping us international.
Good. Yeah, fans everywhere, man. So, watching the Lomachenko versus Ortiz fight, Ortiz is what? He's 16-1, right? With this Lomachenko fight, he's 16-1 now, 17-1. Because he's had 18 professional fights, and Lomachenko's had.
Are you talking about Ortiz?
I'm talking about Ortiz, yeah.
Oh yeah, Ortiz is 16-1, 16-1 loss and 1 draw. Yep.
Loma 17-2. Yeah. So they've had the same amount of professional fights. So I don't think ring rust is bothering Lomachenko. Ortiz is just that guy. I think Ortiz is just that guy. And his first 12-round assignment is against Vasily Lomachenko. That's a very impressive person to lose to at a 12-rounder when bigger fighters have quit on the stool against Lomachenko. I think Ortiz pushing him that far, pushing him to all 12 rounds for him to pour it on as he did in the 11 and 12. That's amazing, and I expect great things from Ortiz. What I want, if they don't make Haney Lomachenko, I want to see Lomachenko tank. I've been itching for that fight for years. Lomachenko versus Tank. Why haven't we gotten that fight? Versus Gervonta Davis. Why have we not gotten that fight yet?
Politics, man. Wrong side of the street, different rival promoters, so much, man, so much.
It's unfortunate because there was a time they were in featherweight together. I think there was an overlap when they were in featherweight, and now they're in lightweight together. They've still not fought between 2013 to 2022. Lomachenko and Tank have not fought. We're being robbed. This is daylight robbery from these promoters.
I hear you, man. Definitely hear your frustrations. Glad you chose us to use the platform to air it out. We're going to get to some other callers. Appreciate you. Before we do that, no, thank you. Before we do that, we got some super chats. I got Mad Bet, $105 super chat says, Ortiz got robbed. I bet Loma for the stoppage. Messed up the money. No one cares about Jake Paul. We got
14,230 people did, because that's how many people he had in the Desert Diamond Arena. And let me tell you, from the TV, I would have thought it was more.
Word.
I would have thought it was more.
I got Rachel Donaire joining us early this morning. Shout out to Rachel. She says, Nonito and I were at my 9-year-old son's DJing gig Saturday. So my question is, if you were to name 3 fights I have to watch from this weekend, which 3 would it be? First of all, shout out to your 9-year-old son that already got a gig as a DJ.
That's pretty dope.
That's
pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. I would like to know what your 9-year-old son, he might be 10 by then, but what is he doing February 25th?
Right. So the 3 fights you must watch, obviously, is William Cepeda.
Jojo Diaz.
Jojo Diaz, as we've been telling people about William for a long time, and he had his coming out party. He had over 1,500 punches thrown.
The most ever in the lightweight division, I think they were saying.
So it's a must. The Loma versus Jermaine Ortiz is a must because some people believe Loma lost. Some people believe Loma didn't look good. And Haney's next, allegedly, according to Bob.
So obviously, big implications there.
And then the Jake Paul fight is next because he's the savior of boxing and he is the UFC slayer. He had his toughest fight till date versus former champion in the UFC, Anderson Silva, and a guy that actually beat Julio Cesar Chavez in boxing, and he did okay. You know, I would have liked him to look better behind the jab and set up the power, but nonetheless, the power is real. He dropped the true fighter. And, the legend of Jake lives on. And next up, it looks like it's Nate Diaz. So we're going to keep slaying these UFC guys. We got more callers to get to. Big Fish Vega, Florida. What up? While we wait for Big Fish Vega, shout out to J. Cole 91 with the $5 super chat. No words, just love. And we appreciate it.
Big Fish.
Big Fish trying you again.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Do.
All right. Hey, where's all this talk about Devin taking like an interim fight or like a hometown fight? Where's that coming from?
What you mean? I mean, isn't that what people do when they go through a tough schedule?
But I'm saying that hasn't been something that he's been floating around?
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think that is just
because
natural.
I know what this fight means for Devin, man. Lomachenko, he didn't have the opportunity before when he was his mandatory, and now he does. He probably has one fight left that he can squeeze out at 135. So, I mean, I understand people are saying Lomachenko didn't look so good, but it's Lomachenko. It's what Devin's been wanting. He's been wanting a big name, and this is his probably his best shot at a big name at this current spot. Yeah, they're going to say Lomachenko's old. They're going to say he's small. So what? He moves. Let's say Devin moves up, fights Josh Taylor. What are they going to say? Oh, he didn't look good against the first Catterall fight. Whatever happens in the second happens. Then it's going to be, they match up after that. Oh, Josh Taylor couldn't make the weight. It's like similar to what happened with Mayweather when he beat Corrales. He beat the shit out of him. And you got so many people talking about, oh, Corrales already said before he couldn't make the weight.
The thing is,
and yada, yada. So, like, it's always going to be an excuse. So you got to pull the trigger on this Lomachenko fight, I feel like.
I mean, exactly. There's always going to be an excuse. So guess what? He pulls the trigger on the Lomachenko fight, beats the shit out of him. There's still going to be excuses. Oh, 2 people did it before. Oh, Lomachenko wasn't a real, it don't matter. It really don't matter. Like, he ain't giving us the fucking Jaime Munguia run. You get what I'm saying? He ain't giving us the Jaime Munguia run. Like, bro, it don't matter. Like, Munguia, no. He know we coming to complain because what the fuck you turning off your comments for on that post announcing the fight if you know we ain't coming to complain? Like, he at least taking those fights, so it don't really matter. And it ain't even just him. I'm talking about all the big names. Gervonta Davis, Deontay Wilder, Canelo Alvarez. Like, it doesn't matter who you fight is going to be an issue. Everybody complaining about Fury fighting, who you fighting, Chisora? But if it's that much of a problem, like I said, why did they sell so many tickets open? Like, it's always going to be an issue, champ. Always. At this level, no matter, we had a caller say it earlier, no matter who you fight, there's always going to be an issue.
And it's like if he doesn't take the fight, then someone else is going to get it. And if they get the Loma on the scalp, that's going to be their best win. So, yeah, Devin, man, I hope he takes this fight. I think Ness had mentioned it earlier, or maybe it had been you, Danny. Like, yeah, he didn't look good on the weigh-in, but when he went into the fight, he looked great. It was probably his best performance to date, especially as he's gotten to the championship level. So yeah, man, I hope I feel that they will be smart. They will do everything they can to make 135 again. If he looks like a skeleton, he looks like it. But I'm sure they're going to have the right people in place to maximize what he can do against Lomachenko, man. Hey, appreciate y'all.
All right. Brother, thank you for calling in. Looks like we got James Benitez on Twitter Spaces. And while we get him ready, looks like Bougie and Brower says, so if this was, okay, we said that already. We said that already about the first 12 rounder. We got Orlando Diaz, $5 super chat says, I'm on the road 14 hours a day. Stay listening to y'all, my guys. As for the topic, in my opinion, I think Loma is going to have trouble with Haney. A lot of people do.
Boxing before sleep. You are up on Twitter. Make sure to unmute.
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
What's going on, bro? How are you?
I was at the fight this weekend. That shit was crazy. I'm not even gonna stunt. The fucking Ukraine fans, they be popping out for Loma though, for real. But I was gonna say fucking. I feel like the pressure was the real game changer in this fight. I don't feel like Loma looked bad. I don't feel like Loma looked like he was a shell of himself at all. I feel like it was just Jermaine's pressure. I feel like the only downfall in Jermaine's game was just his first 12 rounder. Like that was the only thing. I feel like you just can't prepare for Loma in the 12 rounder in your first time. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like that's possible. So I just feel like maybe he could have got winning before that. I feel like he could have took this fight easily, but I feel like that pressure was just too much for Loma.
I agree.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say though, for real though. But shout out to Boxing Voice. I fuck with y'all for real.
Appreciate
you, champ. Appreciate you, champ.
James Benitez.
Actually, he ain't even up next, champ. I'm sorry. We do got Boxing Hardcore up next on Twitter.
James, what up?
So Hardcore, then James. Hardcore, make sure to unmute.
Well, that's Jay Hardcore. What up?
Jay Hardcore.
Hey, what up there, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Good, brother. How are you?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man. Did we just have a great weekend of boxing last weekend? I mean, I enjoyed my damn self, man. I had a couple of TVs going, laptop, phone, everything, trying to watch everything simultaneously, man. I had a ball this weekend. I really enjoyed the Loma and Ortiz fight. And I was rooting for Ortiz, man. Ever since I've seen him on you all's platform, man, I found a soft spot for the kid, man. And I truly believe if he had just pushed those championship rounds, he would have won that fight. So I think if anything, he learned a lot from this fight, and I think he'll definitely take it into his next fight and definitely win it. So. I see it's a win for him, to be truthfully honest, because he's definitely going to get some more work, man, because people know that he can fight and he will fight. So I'm looking forward to that. Haney versus Lomachenko. Man, I got Devin winning that for sure. I think Lomachenko threw that narrative in real quick about the weight, just so he can have an excuse on the back end, just to bring that up.
Shit was corny.
Right. First thing to bring up is that's what he brings up. You know what I mean? And yeah, Devin did look real depleted on the scales whenever that was. But he's young. So, he'll rebound back overnight. It's kind of harder when you up in your 30s and stuff like that. But he's still a kid, man. So he'll be all right. I mean, I do want him to go to 140 eventually, though. But that's pretty much all I call, man. Just wanted to support, fellas, and you all keep doing your thing, man.
Appreciate
all right,
you.
brother. We do
Hold
appreciate
on. We got some callers on Discord. Jamie Moreno, what up?
Oh.
What's up, brother?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
We hear you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how this shit works.
We hear you perfectly, brother. Just talk.
Fuck.
Hello.
We hear you, Moreno.
Oh, shit.
Why doesn't he hear us?
Hello?
We hear you perfectly. We just need you to talk.
All right, we're going to try him.
I guess,
Yeah, we're going to try him.
Big Gucci Nick, what up?
Okay. I was going to James.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Boxing Voice. Shout out to CEO Ness, Ringwald Danny, doing a phenomenal job, man. Good night of boxing, man. What I've been hating, man, listening to the show, I've been hearing everybody saying, "Yo, Loma look a little lackluster. He ain't the same." I ain't hearing nobody giving Jermaine Ortiz any credit, man. Listen, when that man switched to southpaw and did that beautiful fluent combination, I think it was a 3, maybe even a 4 punch combination, hard as hell in that southpaw position. I'm like, this kid's up there, man. This kid's the dark horse, man. But y'all got to give my man some credit. I didn't see no other lightweight do that could switch stance and fight that fluently, man. Like when he switched back to orthodox, that's when he started getting touched by Loma. But when he switched to southpaw, Loma was all fucked up, man. He didn't know what to do. He couldn't land a punch on Ortiz. I wish Ortiz would have. Honestly, I wish Ortiz would have stayed southpaw the second half of the fight. He could have squeezed a split decision or something, man. But y'all got to really start, and not specifically the boxing voice, but the boxing fans got to give Jermaine Ortiz some credit, man. That was incredible. That was an incredible performance, in my opinion, and I think he did enough to win a split decision. But close fights in Lomachenko's favor is always going to be in Lom. It's always going to be Lomachenko. He's the A side, and a close fight's going to have to go to him. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
think about what you just
man,
said,
that's my
though.
call.
Think about what you just said. You said you think he did enough to win a split decision, but then say that close call is going to Loma. So really, if you thought he did enough to win a split decision and you thought a close call going to Loma, you think Jermaine won at least 8 rounds.
Yeah, no. See, what I'm saying is, politically, it's gonna have to go to Loma because that's the way it's set up. We don't know how shit plays out in the background, but in the eyes of the fans, man, I saw Ortiz winning. I saw Ortiz winning that fight for real.
Well, all right. Big Gucci Nick, man, thank you for calling in. James Benitez, Huntsville, Alabama.
Hello.
In the meantime, in between time, Orlando Diaz says, we said that. Q from Newark says, Haney versus Loma equals Floyd.
James, now you could talk. You just got unmuted.
Hey, guys, you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, man, yeah, it was a good weekend of boxing and everything, man, but Lomachenko, man, he was underwhelming. Shout out to Ortiz, man, as when he came on the show, man, I said I was never going to bet against him again, and he's going forward in his career, man. I'm still going to bet on him because he pretty much gave Loma the business. That scoring, like the last caller said, man, that shit was all political, man. Like that 117, 111, man, it looked like he was just looking at CompuBox or whatever when he scored that shit. He couldn't have been watching the fucking fight. And with Loma even throwing out the heavyweight or whatever joke to Devin, I just like the fact that Devin just looked him in his eyes and pretty much kept it short and sweet and walked out. And I give Devin a lot of shit when I call in to talk about him, man. I'm actually going to say this, man. I will not be surprised if Devin gets a signature knockout before he leaves 135 on Lomachenko. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that, and I'm going to stand on that right there. And the reason why I say that, because I think Loma, he just, it's time for him just to go ahead and just go ahead and just go out the sport. That's what I just believe, because all these young dogs, man, Tank would have definitely stopped him. Ryan would have stopped him. Pretty much everybody else that we could think of probably would have given him the business, man. So shout out to Ortiz. But next, I got a quick question, man, on another note, man. Well, people were saying that long layoff with Loma or whatever, man, but shit. Don't we got another pound-for-pound fighter that's having a long layoff and going against another fighter that had 2 fights within the past year? So we can't use that excuse right there. They're either going to be great fighters or not. But, hey, what would your wife rather go to, man? Would she rather go to a Ashanti concert or would she rather go to a Bud fight, man? Because, that shit's going on the same day out there, man, in Nebraska.
In Nebraska?
Yeah. So
it's going on what?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a Ashanti concert, man. I know for a fact, man, like, Ashanti, who
Ashanti,
man.
Bro,
most
who you think
gorgeous
singing?
R&B singer
No,
known
I
to
just
man.
couldn't hear him. Who you think singing the national anthem? You ain't see Bud poster on his story?
You lying. This guy could lie with a straight face.
Stop
Bro,
bullshit.
you didn't see
Stop
Bud
bullshit.
post on the story, bro. He posted Truck being on the undercard. Truck just posted it today too, and then he posted Ashanti singing the national anthem for the fight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you, but it could very well be possible.
I told you he was lying, man. He be lying with a straight face. I gotta watch Danny, man.
Oh, okay. Okay,
he was
okay. So,
lying.
hey, Danny, with your new girlfriend, what would you rather go to, man? Just be honest, man. Would you rather go to the
I ain't
Ashanti
got a
concert or the
girl,
Bud fight?
champ.
Oh, well, shit. Let me dismiss that for you then. Well, Ness, what would your wife rather be at, man? Let's be honest here, man.
That ain't fair. His girl from the Northeast, she gonna want to go see Ashanti.
Yeah,
All right, that's all I was saying. I was telling guys on the back call, man, that you know, normally when you go to these fights, they're like events, so you're gonna take it +1. So 9 times out of 10, like on the same day, if I was to tell my girl, be like, hey, they already got Ashanti tickets posted up for sale, but I'm waiting to go to this Bud fight. Can we go to this Bud fight? She's gonna tell me, fuck no. Better just buy these Ashanti tickets, and that's just gonna be it for the
Tell
night.
your wife.
So
Tell your wife. Stop being a
Tell
hater.
your wife you the
Hold on.
boss in the relationship.
Hold on, tell her stop
Yeah,
being a
that
hater.
shit
Look,
sound good.
no. Relationships, no. I understand relationships is about compromise. So tell your wife stop being a hater, and let's do both. Cause the Bud fight ain't gonna last no more than half an hour.
Word.
All right.
Half an hour is
All
long
right.
though.
Well, no, I'm including
Half an hour-
ring walk, cause you got to get the spectacle
I was
coming
about to
in.
say, yo, half an hour. That's
Bro,
like
look, you go see the
10 rounds.
Look, you go see Ashanti sing the national anthem. Bud walks in. That's gonna be about 15 minutes, right? They do the announcements, another 5. Boom, the fight gonna be about 10 minutes, and then y'all head together with Ashanti to the fight. Bro, look, let me tell you something. When there's big events in towns, right? And the artist is gonna be there, bro. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, the artist is gonna be there. Like, Drake made every motherfucking body wait for his concert because he was across the street. He wasn't at the MGM. He was across the street at the T-Mobile to see the Conor McGregor fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Come on, bro. That's Conor McGregor, though, man. Let's keep it a buck, man.
Okay,
That's
but
Conor
it's
McGregor.
Nebraska, motherfucker. What else is Ashanti gonna do with her night? Like, she gonna perform and then what?
You're right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're right.
Can't
You're
even
right. I
pick
guess you
corn
might
during
be
the
right.
day. I mean, at
But
night.
end of the day, we're gonna see, man. So when they gonna post these tickets for sale, man? That's all I need to know.
I don't
So
see nothing on
I'm
Ashanti Instagram saying she gonna be at the Bud fight, man.
Nah, I was joking, champ.
But you can definitely see on Ticketmaster that they got the Ja Rule Ashanti concert, man. When we gonna see these Bud tickets for sale? That's all I want to know, and that's my call, fam.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call. Let's see who else we got. God damn.
How old is Ashanti? Because she's still too fine to be this old and this fine. She don't even age. Shout out to Ashanti. Bud better get her.
We got anybody on
We got plenty.
Discord?
We got plenty of bodies. We just showing Ashanti's though. We
No,
got
I said on Discord because I know we got people on Twitter.
on Discord. We got Shotty, baby.
And then Caesar, you up next.
Shotty. What up, Shotty? Ouch.
Oh, it had me on mute. Yo, what's good with y'all, yo?
Straight.
Man, that Loma Ortiz fight, I enjoyed it. It was a good fight. I do think Loma might have had maybe a little ring rust. I give him that. But, it was close. It was close. It was a close fight. I still had Loma pulling it out. I ain't think Ortiz, he didn't do enough yet. He ain't doing enough. Yeah, but with Dev and Haney, Dev and Loma,
right?
I always thought these young guys like the TOs and the Ryans and Haney, I always thought that they've been studying Loma for so long, and they just been. I think any one of them can go in there and beat Loma at any time because of their size, they natural 135s. And with Loma being so small, they bodies just, I think, they'll just move him out the way. Anyway, it's like they're gonna have natural strength. But another side
sound like
note.
you making excuses for him, champ.
Say what?
I said I ain't gonna lie. It sound like you making excuses for Loma.
Nah. Nah, what shit? If Haney get in there with Loma, I want him to get all the damn credit that he deserves. I don't want to hear nothing about age,
So why you
ring
saying?
rust.
So why you saying he too small, man?
He is small though. Look at him.
Bro, but what the like? What they stepped on the scale when?
Oh no, yeah, the weight they gonna have the same weight, but he's smaller.
Bro, but it's like I'm sure you've heard people say like they gonna use every ounce in their body to do this or every ounce in their body to do that. Oh, if you got the same fucking ounces and 135 pounds in the next motherfucker, you get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, he's smaller, but
Right.
size wise, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about, you feel me, what you do in the ring. So when he was fighting guys he was bigger than, you feel me,
Right.
you got to give him that credit. I just feel like it take away from the credit because Lomachenko, regardless of what we see him as or what we think gonna happen in the ring, he's still on these people's pound for pound list. He's still getting all this credit. He's still being talked up to be, this Lord and Savior Jesucristo. You get what I'm saying? I just want because if we talk about it like that, what you just said won't happen. Devin won't get that credit.
That you know what? That's true. But you do have a lot of these Loma dick riders. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I want Haney to rub it in their face. I don't give a fuck if he's smaller or not. He in the weight class. If he's too small, tell his
Look,
ass to move down
look,
there.
and people
You know
saying
what I'm saying?
people saying that I'm like trying to protect this that for Haney. I said Devin should have moved up.
I'm gonna be real, man. They not gonna let Devin rub it in his face, even if he win. Look at what they doing to Clarissa. Clarissa can't say shit. They attacking the hell
I
out
know
of her.
they dickheads. They dickheads though. You already know that. And I don't think Haney don't owe nobody nothing. He can move up to 140 and shit.
Absolutely.
You always gonna have them haters, you know what I'm saying? But I'd rather him just go ahead, you know, Loma like spoiled milk. You know what I'm saying? He about to spoil. Go ahead and get that name right quick.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
but we can't say it like it's against anybody, champ. You know, it could take the right person. Like Jermaine Ortiz, a hell of a fighter. He showed it Saturday. Some people even think he pulled it off. But it's like, yo, not everybody could beat Loma.
That's true. That's true. But Ortiz, you're not putting him on the same scale as you would put a Haney on though.
I'm
And
not,
and if
no.
Ortiz could do that, you know what I'm saying? You could just imagine what Haney will do. You know?
I hear you, champ. I hear you for sure.
All right, champ. Let me get to some other
Appreciate it,
callers.
though. We do have Caesar on Twitter Space.
Before we go to Caesar, I got Q and North with a $2 super chat. He says Haney versus Loma equals Floyd versus Gotti. He gonna retire Loma. Damn, I don't think it'll ever look like that. Caesar, what up?
Hey, what up, man? What up, Dan?
What's
Hey,
up?
listen, man. Hey, you guys know I'm Puerto Rican and I'm pro my Puerto Rican guys. But Ortiz, he did a great fight. He got a great camp. He brought Alexander Caraballo, the Juanma Lopez, the ex-trainer, to his corner and to his camp. They did a good job with him, but he struggled to make that weight, and you can see it on at weight time when he looked like he struggled to make that weight. Okay, he looked great in fight night, but people, he lost that fight. He gave it up in the last 3 rounds. It was close till the 8th, and then he gave it up. That's out of the way. He win more than he lost because now everybody looking at him good. He gonna have other opportunities now. Going to a Loma and Haney, which is gonna be next, right? It's gonna be the same way. Haney, he's looking good, but he's getting big. He's as you can see, he's growing, he's developing, young guy, right? And by the time this fight happens, which is gonna be probably let's say May, June time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Haney is gonna struggle more to make that weight. Haney ain't 135 no more. He's done with 135, right? And then it's gonna be like Loma and Cambosos. They're gonna start making excuses for the weight after Lomachenko beat him the same way he beat Ortiz. He's gonna get him down the rounds. And the difference is, I think Loma can even knock out Haney in the last round because of the struggle that he's gonna have making weight at that time of the fight. At that time of the fight. Now, Haney just make that little money, that good money on these two fights. So now he got money. Now he's gonna party more. Now let's see how he comes.
You think he
He
just
said
getting
now
money?
he gonna party more.
You think he just start making money?
Yeah, no. But now he started real money. He started making a little bit of real money, like big money now. And then that changed a lot. That changed a lot. Now, I don't say that's gonna be his case, but it can be. We'll see when the new year 2023 heat up, right? What the picture said, what we see on training, what we see on camp, and we see how much he struggled to make weight, to make that 135, and that's gonna be a factor. That's gonna be a factor for Loma. Loma is aging. That's right. But Loma still Loma. He ain't got no trouble to make 135. And
he don't need to have trouble to make a weight in a weight class that he ain't looking good in.
what? How you say he ain't looking good? He pull out the win. He pull out the win.
Bro,
the win is the win.
Bro,
he pull it up.
So he pulled it out. You thought it was a close fight. You just said, but you said that Jermaine gave it up in the last three, right?
In the last 3 rounds.
So
but it's a win.
So it's a win against a guy who has never fought. He has never even been scheduled for a 10-round fight. Never been scheduled for a 12-round fight. So never been past a former sparring partner, right? Okay. So he did all that, but yeah, you think somehow he getting a knockout where he had Comey, who was coming off. Comey literally came out of the casket to fight Lomachenko and had him hurt in the seventh. Had him hurt in the seventh. And another 5 rounds couldn't stop him. But yet, I'm just trying to see like what logic, because I didn't see Ortiz hurt Saturday.
Look, different situations. Different guys. 2 + 2 ain't 4 in boxing. You cannot be looking at like that. It's gonna be like I said. It's gonna be the wait time. We gotta see wait time for Haney. How much what Haney gonna struggle to make 135 this time around, and that's gonna be the decisive factor because in the other side.
But why do you think he struggled? Why do you think he struggled?
He struggled in this one. He struggled in this one with Cambosos. In the last one with Cambosos,
why do you
can
think?
See him. You can see him how he was hurt on the weight. You can see him. Everybody talk about it.
People talked about the way he looked. I never saw anybody say. How can you say? How can you say somebody struggled? How can you say somebody struggled when they came in half a pound under? They didn't have to drop draws. They didn't need a towel. They didn't need none of that.
Hey,
how can you say somebody struggled?
What the way he looked tells you. What the way he looked tells you.
That tells me that looks are deceiving, my brother, and that the following night he beat the dog shit out of a game man in front of him.
Both of them look the same at the weight time. They struggle to make that weight. So, El Loma don't struggle making weight. That's why he come in that shape to pull it up at the end of the fight, going down the fight. And that's what's going to happen with Haney. The same thing.
Well, if that's Devin struggling, I want him to keep struggling because shit. If I can make the weight and never step foot in a sauna, never have to drop draws, come in half a pound under, shit. That sound beautiful to me.
2023 gonna welcome a Haney to the 140 after he lost with Loma in the first part of the year. And that's my take. You guys know I tell him, hey, it's gonna be recorded.
Cesar, what did you think of LeBron and Duke Reagan?
Oh, that's a great fight. That's a great fight. LeBron beat him by 1 round in my scorecard. But
wait. You said LeBron beat Reagan
in my scorecard.
Okay.
In my scorecard. But you're talking about Popeye LeBron, right? Not LeBron.
Yeah. The fight from Saturday.
The fight from Saturday. You're not talking to the future. Yeah. Reagan. I see Reagan losing by 1 round in my card. But at the same time, well, I respect what the judges said. I know my man was the aggressive there. Reagan did all that stuff with the mouthpiece and all that craziness, and hey, it is what it is. He pulled it out. Hey, the box rec said one down now. Let's see what Top Rank do with him. If he faces my other LeBron, the one that I present to you, that's gonna be different. That's a different scenario. But well, this LeBron took the loss, like Ortiz took the loss, and it is what it is. But Reagan, he didn't show me nothing.
All right,
knockout
Cesar.
like that.
Let me get to some other callers, but I do appreciate you. Looks like we got, let me see if anybody is on Discord. Info Joe, what's up?
Yo, what up, fam? You hear me?
Yep.
Yo, what up, Danny? What up, Ness? Man, y'all doing an awesome job. First thing first, man, shout out to the boxing gods for a decent weekend of fights, man. On to Haney and the White Wolf, man. First thing first, man. Shout out to Jermaine Ortiz, man. I like the kid's style, man. I like how he was trying to angle off Loma's angle. I like his swag in the ring. I think he will do better in this next fight, man. I think just the experience from Loma in the late rounds, man, won Loma the fight, man. I did have it like a 7-5 fight, man, for Loma. Far as Haney, I will be picking Haney to beat Loma. Like the guy said, I think Loma is like about spoiled milk right about at this moment, but I wouldn't underestimate him, though. He could be some ring rust. I would like to see Haney bring the fight to the L.A. or bring it to the Bay, man. The kid didn't travel across the planet. He need to bring it back home. And let's see what the numbers do like, man. Let's see if he can bring out the crowd for the Bay, man. Have a hometown fight. Better Haney than Shakur. I think Shakur stops Loma. No doubt. I think he'll stop him, man. But I would want to see Jermaine Ortiz back, man. I like his style, man. And that's about all I got, man. For the best boxing news, breakdown, and previews, check out TBV. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe. This is the Breakfast Club of Boxing. Peace, gentlemen. Everybody have a blessed, no stress day.
Info, thank you for calling in. On Twitter, we got Hot Boxing Minute. What up? Go check him out on TikTok where he's killing it.
Yo, what's up with it? Top of the morning to you, Ness, Springwalk Danny, the boxing voice, the biggest and baddest podcast in the land. Hit that like button. Don't be a hater. A great weekend of boxing. Great weekend of boxing. Lomachenko against Jermaine Ortiz. Man, I was already partial to Jermaine Ortiz because that's a cool kid. I saw Lomachenko pull that off in the later rounds. He did the same thing he normally does. Starts off slow, downloaded information, but oddly enough, I think in the court of public perception, Jermaine Ortiz came out the winner in that because he gained a lot of people's respect, and everybody's under the impression now that, you know, Devin Haney's pretty much going to mollywop, you know, Lomachenko. I guess everybody now is under the impression that he's roughshod and got a little too much mileage on him. I guess we'll have to see how that plays out. I would favor Devin Haney still in that matchup. Obviously, we got William Zepeda put the beatings on Jojo Diaz. I thought Jojo Diaz was going to win going into it. I got to eat the crow on that one. William Zepeda broke that record with over 1,500 punches. I know the whole lightweight division saw that and probably wants no smoke with that man. Good Lord. Jake Paul. People want to hate on Jake Paul. Their favorite fighter don't got a better resume than Jake Paul. Is 6-0. Jake Paul put the hands on Anderson Silva. And as far as the holy war between boxing fans and UFC stands, I'm going to always side with boxing. I want Jake Paul to keep clowning these UFC guys. He can put Nate Diaz on the plate next. And, yeah, I'm all with it. I got a guy in my gym named Declan, big Viking kid, just started competing as an amateur. He was inspired by the Paul brothers and their journey into boxing. So once my boy was up in boxing, he told me who inspired him. I stopped clowning Jake Paul and gave him serious credit for bringing new eyes to the sport and getting people in the game. What's good with y'all?
Well, all right, brother. Thank you for calling in, man. We do appreciate it. If you want to call in, join us on Discord or right here on Twitter Spaces. We're going to Discord. We got Brooklyn Zone, King Born. Where you at?
hey, yo, y'all hear me, right? Hey, yo, listen, man. Love my TBV comrades. I love my TBV live chat comrades. Let's get to the shit, man. Yo, that goddamn Jake Paul is a sham like Sham God. What the fuck, man? Struggling with yo, he fought a dude 48, dog. Fought a dude 48. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Even though he got the knockdown, let's cut the bullshit, man. He just doing this UFC shit, trying to get the fuck on, then trying to get the Canelo fight. And yo, fucking Lomachenko, if his last name was Leroy, if his last name was goddamn Ocho, Cinco, Miko, whatever the fuck his last name was, he would have lost that fight. That was the setup. That was the fucking setup. That man won. That shit was too close, man. It could have been a draw. You heard? And let me tell y'all something, man. Hey, yo, Ness, yo, Danny, that's how the shit gonna play out, right? They talking about he rusty. Yo, they talking about Haney don't got no power. Fuck around. He gonna knock out Lomachenko. But Ness, man, fuck this bullshit. Let's get to the real deal. Fuck the foreplay. Let's do it the raw way, Ness. Yo, what's the shit I'm hearing about Spence going to 154 and Ortiz and your man Keith Thurman, the man sitting in the tub without no water and no soap, getting a vacant WBC title? What's up with that? Yo, I need to know what the fuck going on. Love y'all. I'm out.
All right. Peace. Well, join us for that show live from the Wynn Casino at 12 o'clock. We'll be live in the Blue Wire studio. You can join us at the Blue Wire studio every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can even stop by. It's a huge glass window. You can be there. You'll be on camera. We might even bring you in. So every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be at the Wynn. And yes, we will be discussing Earl Spence's big announcement and the possibility of Keith and Virgil Ortiz. I'm going to keep these phone lines moving. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We're going out to Twitter space where we got Nike Hendricks. What up? Nike, what up?
Oh, y'all can hear me?
Perfect.
All right, man. Shouts out to the Boxing Voice, man. Y'all folks like, share, and subscribe. I'm just calling you to say, man, if that ain't nobody said it, I'm saying it first. Haney gonna whitewash Loma. He might 10 to him to give him 2 rounds to figure him out, but I see it 10-2, 11-1. And as far as that last guy talking about 2 plus 2 don't equal 4 in boxing, man, 2 plus 2 around the world equal 4 no matter what language you put it in. So all that about Loma not looking good and this and that, man, Loma looked good. He was up against a young fighter. Ortiz did his thing. Like, I watched the fight. You can call it either way. But they want Loma against Haney. So when Haney whitewash him, it shouldn't be no excuses. And Haney should get all his credit. And that's my call, man. Shout out. Oh, again, though, but what y'all think about the Judo and the B-Ball? Who y'all think gonna win that?
Love that fight. We're going to be doing a preview and prediction the Thursday before that. But once again, appreciate you for calling in. And, yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and keep these phone lines moving. Looks like we got some more people requesting to speak on Twitter. Marco, what's up? Marcos. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button as we are bringing in calls internationally from Discord and Twitter Spaces, allowing a conversation to flow and be great. Marco, you got to unmute yourself on Twitter Space.
Yo, Ness, what up, man? I just wanted to say peace and peace to the Boxing Voice. Yo, I was at the fight at the Garden with you when you almost beat up Eddie Hearn's security guard. So I wanted to say peace to you at the AJ Miller press conference. But what I really wanted to get off was that it seems like people are grading this fight on a curve because and we do that a lot in boxing from my POV. And when a fighter exceeds expectations like Ortiz did, we tend to grade on a curve and give him more credit than maybe he deserves. I'm not saying he didn't fight a great fight. I think he did fight a great fight. And I also think maybe he laid a blueprint on how to beat Loma. But to people that think he won, I don't think they know what sport they're watching. And I think it's just bias. Errol Spence is my favorite fighter. If he's fighting, I don't score the fight because there's a small amount of bias in the back of my mind because I like the guy. So I don't think people know what sport they're watching, and I really just wanted to get that off. You know, that if you think Jermaine Ortiz won that fight, then I don't really know what fight anyone was watching. So a fight could be close, and rounds could be close, but one guy could still be winning them. You know what I mean? So. That was really it. That was all I wanted to say. Peace.
All right, brother. Well, we do appreciate you for calling in. And if you want to call in and voice your opinion, you could do that using Discord or our new Twitter space. We got Jay Miller, $5 super chat. Did Loma win medals at 132? People need to cut the too small BS. That wasn't an excuse with Tio, Pedraza, Linares, Luke Campbell, or Nakatani. He's pound for pound, right? We got a $5 super chat from Supermex that says, what is a real boxer, though? For the guys who want that, because we can go get a 10-0 fighter from Mexico and Jake will beat the brakes off of him, is that enough? Shout out to our sponsor, Kenichi Bear. If you haven't gotten your set of Kenichi Bear headphones, which we're using right now to do the live Twitter space, because even though we're live on the show, we got to keep the Twitter connected to the Kenichi Bears so that there is no audio feedback. So shout out to Kenichi Bear. Get yourself a set of Hibernation 5s and support your favorite boxing podcast. Kenichi Bear sends in a $5 super chat and says, Devin will wash Lomachenko. No excuses. Devin versus Shakur, the next super fight. Is it the next super fight? Is it as big as Earl Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford? Has it bubbled yet?
No, it hasn't bubbled yet, but I think it will be a super fight, just not next. And I don't know that it even makes sense next for either guy.
I know it don't make sense for us because we're attached to both. We got Potato Chip with the $5 super chat says, I would buy a Loma Haney pay-per-view. Loma didn't underwhelm me. I think it's a great fight. Okay. I got a $10 super chat from Alan G. He says, I was at the Loma fight. Great fight from the start to the finish. Met hella people. Torres, Linares, Tio, Herring, Usyk, Papachenko, and Coach Wade. Wish the best to Ortiz. Haney versus Loma is fire.
It's a fire fight. Shout out TBV. Shout out to you.
We got
Stick Talk on Twitter. You up first. Talk to us.
Stick Talk. While we let that connect, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button.
Yo.
Yeah.
What up, Stick
What
Talk?
up, fellas?
What up?
Ain't nothing real. Yo, shout out to my man N.O. in that wide wolf. You heard me? He called it, but I didn't like the outcome. And did y'all notice how there were no unofficial scores of the fight, and every replay was pro Lomachenko through between the rounds? Even if Jermaine Ortiz was whipping on Lomachenko, I don't think he was walking out of there with that win. I think the fix was in. And King Bond, you can't call anybody a sham like Sham God. Sham God was not a sham. Put some respect on that brother's name. They named a fucking crossover after that man. All right? That's my call, man. Good show. I ain't really want nothing much.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in. It looks like up next we got...
Who we got?
the power that be. Gado, what up?
Got to unmute. Got to unmute. Talk to us, champ.
Yo, you can hear me?
Perfect.
All right, what's up, man? Yo, this Gatto, man. Y'all on that Twitter now. Y'all ain't doing blog talk no more?
Nah, we figured Twitter gets a further reach.
All right. I'm gonna try to make this quick, man. First off, shout out to the Boxing Voice. Second off, shout out to Ashanti for obvious reasons. Third off, shout out to Ness, because I remember before Loma fought Tio, Ness was really one of the only ones talking about how the size was gonna be an issue. Fast forward a couple years later. Well, hold on, let me say this. He was the only one talking about the size was gonna be an issue, and everybody was talking about how skills paid the bills, and you know that weight moving up wasn't gonna be too much for him because he was just that talented. Fast forward a couple years later, everybody talking about how the size might really be an issue for him. Even he leaning in on it. So I do like when people say that Shakur and Tank and Devin can beat him, because I do feel like it's gonna take somebody special at 135 to do that. What we gotta stop is we gotta just stop. I know we so used to just throwing Ryan in there, but I gotta stop just throwing Ryan in there, man. He gotta earn that, man. And the reason why I feel that is the to-go fight, because he ain't outboxing Loma. And if you can't cut the ring off on to-go, you're not cutting the ring off on Loma. That's just how I feel. But I do want to ask y'all a question, because I learned this from y'all, that when a fighter lose, that they go down for their next fight. Do y'all know if it's a sliding scale based off how you lose? The reason I asked is because I was watching some of these prelims fight, and these dudes some of them dudes just in there taking unnecessary punishment. Like, he not gonna beat this dude, he not gonna knock him out. Like, I don't understand why the corner not throwing the towel in. But then I thought, like, maybe if he take a bad loss in a prelim 6-round fight, he might not really get a serious payday.
I mean,
so
I don't know if there's like a for sure thing, but like you got to look at it this way, right? If I lose by decision,
that's better than losing by knockout. Better than losing by knockout. Cause think about it, if you a promoter, who you gonna give a better check to? The dude that was asleep last night, or the dude that had a tough decision?
Yeah, no, I hear you with you, the promoter, but you on the corner, man. You can't be like, I mean, you feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about the corner.
Shit,
like,
they probably feel they got.
I just want to know is that present in their mind? Like,
I mean, it probably is. It probably is. If you could go 12, a promoter and a matchmaker thinks you're durable, so now you could test their prospect. If you a dude that's getting knocked out and the towel being thrown in, you might not get that call back.
It really wasn't no difference from the towel being. I mean, I hear you. The towel should have been thrown in the fight I seen, payday or not. But I hear you. I just wanted to ask that question. Right off the answer. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. So I'm glad y'all on Twitter. It's definitely gonna help y'all boom.
All right, champ.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. Don't forget to spread the word. If you on Twitter, retweet this right now. Quote tweet. Let the world know we're talking boxing. Let them know we're taking callers via Twitter Space and Discord, so anybody could call in to voice their opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. We got a couple super chats I got to get to. I believe we last stopped off at Alan G, and we got no more callers on Discord or Twitter. So if you're ready, now is the time to request, so you ain't got to wait. We do have a counterpunch for King Born. Is he anywhere? Look, they updated.
Word. So Jonathan Lambarena.
I got a counterpunch. Wait for King Born. Are you there, King Born? There he goes. What up?
What's good? Hey, yo, listen, man. I got 4 things to say. Number 1, stick to it. We all know Sham God. I used to work with God. His real name is God Sham God. His father used to work with me in Verizon and shit back in the day. He was a technician at 240 East 38th Street, the Verizon building in New York. So I know who Sham God is. The reason why I said it's a sham, because Sham was pure and fucking Jake Paul is all he doing this UFC shit. Now let's get to William Cepeda, a.k.a. Baby Draco. Baby Draco, man.
You breaking up, King Born. Going through that wind tunnel or something. Dead zone for sure. We last stopped off at Alan G. You got to Jonathan Lambarena. Sarcasm, $5 super chat says, I would like Top Rank to put rehydration clauses for both fighters. No more than 10-pound rehydration to level the field.
5X, Shaq, and a counter punch, I'ma use it. Like I said, man, I want to see Brandon Liz against Nakatani. I want to see him against a tall assassin, a tall ninja. You heard? Let's serve him up for Nakatani. Hey, yo, Ness, I'm telling y'all
Brandon
right now,
Lenz is a
if
producer,
Spence go to
bro.
154, the whole shit gonna be in shambles in 147. Everybody gonna be scrambling like like a fumble and shit, rushing for them belts. You heard? Like I said, I love my live chat. You doing this Twitterverse, Ness. We on you, Ness. We love it. We love it. Peace.
Peace. We got Shotty, baby, $2 super chat. He says, does Cepeda now causes a big threat at 135? I do. I guess he meant, do you think Cepeda causes a big threat at 135? And he says he does. I would say yes, but he's on the wrong side of the street. It's going to be tough to get him fights. I don't know who they going to put him in there with. It's like Alex Rocha. Alexis Rocha fought yesterday or Saturday. Nobody knows who he fought. Who the fuck is Jose Perez that he fought?
He done took 2 fights since his win over Blair versus guys we don't even know.
And he done took 2 fights since his loss and never asked for a rematch. Like, they on the same side of the street, ain't he? Didn't Virgil beat him? Who beat Rocha? Somebody beat Rocha.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, she tripping. Somebody beat Rocha. Bones 13. What is the info of the new studio? The Wynn Casino in Las Vegas. My friend, just type in the Wynn, and you'll find it inside the Wynn, the Blue Wire Studio. We're next to the buffet, so yeah, you can go eat. And it's a huge, huge studio, and we implore you to come on out. Take pictures, videos, tag us, and we will reshare, retweet, all that goodness.
Oh, Rashid.
I got a speaker.
He ain't getting that.
I got a speaker here by the name of Focus, or Focused. What up?
What's up with you, Nick? This Shannon. I done called in before. I'm just on Twitter today.
Thank you, brother. What's going on?
Nothing. Just giving my thoughts on this weekend fight, man. First, I just want to say Jermaine Ortiz looking real good. Good game plan. I think inexperience really just lost him that fight. He had never been 12 before. So his conditioning was a little off, but he took the shots real well. As far as Devin taking a tour, victory lap.
Yep.
I mean, he deserved it. So if he do it, it's fine. I mean, I don't mind it. All these other guys do it, so why not? But I mean, I do think he should go into the Loma fight first, just because it's a big fight, you know. And big fights, that's what we want to see as fans. But if he took the victory tour, I don't think anybody could complain about that.
Totally agree, my friend. But thank you for calling in. You got anything else for us?
That's it. Oh, one thing for Danny. Yeah, we definitely got that dub on your bird this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Smack Justin Fields up and down the field. So, all right.
Damn, Danny.
Bro, when's the last time y'all won a Super Bowl, champ?
I mean, we ain't talking Super Bowls. We're talking
We
about
got more
beating
Super
your
Bowls
team.
than y'all, so we ain't
Bro,
talking
but how many of them did you get to see? What the fuck do it matter, bro? That's like me talking about the Bulls 6 fucking rings when I was a fucking jit before I could even walk.
I mean, you just sound upset your team lost.
Bro, at the end of the day, what do they play for? They play to win, champ. So, yeah, they won a game that's going to get them probably a wild card, maybe division spot in the playoffs, and they going to fucking choke like they do every year.
Your team lost.
It don't fucking matter, bro.
You sound like a hater,
bro,
man. You sound like a hater.
I mean, bro, it's like, cool, I won an interim, but I get my ass whooped anytime I get a title shot. What the fuck?
I mean, but you talking old spades. They knew. This new. You got to let them lose,
No,
man.
this is the shit they do every year, champ.
I hear you, but that's what they did last year. It ain't a given it's going to happen this year.
No, bro, you ever heard of history? Bro, this is the shit that they've done. I've been alive 26 fucking years. This is the shit that has happened for 26 fucking years. That's like me saying I expect the Bears to go do something. No, boy, they fucking choke. I know that's not finna happen.
They ain't choke against the Bears.
The thing is, bro, we talking about the shit that matter. The thing is, Dallas has a bunch of delusional ass fans. They ain't no different than the Astros fans.
Nah,
they delusional. You know,
Dallas, just the fandom from Dallas is a little weird because they like that with Earl too. But look, we wrapped it up. Ain't no more callers on Twitter, there is no more callers on Discord, and I believe I got to all the super chats. So we will be back for Untitled for our YouTube members and Patreons only right here at 9 a.m.-ish as we're going to take a Hardin break. We'll be back, and then we'll be at the Win at 12 o'clock, and that'll wrap it up for today. But when it comes to Border Wars, Team Vegas is going to be training today. If you want to be part of Team Vegas, you better hit us up and let us know, and we'll tell you all the information you need to know about getting in the ring and swinging yourself, stepping up to the plate. February 25th, Border Wars 14 is going down. We already got 13 fights signed, sealed, and delivered. If you want to make the card, you better hurry up. Actually, 14 fights signed, sealed, and delivered. If you want to make the card, you better hurry up and contact me. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace.